Okay. All right, we are live now, and you guys can see me, and I can see you guys. No, I lied. I can't see anybody. I can't see anybody. Okay. Just checking everything out now to see if everything is okay. Let me just share my screen and let's see. Okay, share screen. Screen 2. Let's see. Okay. So this is my second screen. All right, this is perfect. So we'll be answering questions today. Questions. You drop your question, I answer them for you. Emastina, welcome. Okay. All right, cool. We'll take care of that right now. Image multimedia. What's up? All right, so hold on, let me check. Okay, Asante, are you Emastina? Please confirm if you are Emastina, Asante. Please confirm if you are so that I'll tackle your issue right away. In the meantime, let me bring up this here. Okay. Okay. So if you don't mind, let me put up this link here. If you want to join in here via video to submit your request, please go ahead and let me know if you can hear me very well. 24 Sounds TV, what's up? So if you want to join and then submit your question, just do that using the link. Okay, so in the meantime, let's deal with Asante's issue. Now, you said when you work on the images from CaptureOne, I mean Photoshop, the colors are okay in Photoshop and CaptureOne, but after exporting, the colors change. All right, so, okay, thank you very much. The first thing you need to know is that your colors, your color profile should match in CaptureOne and in Photoshop. And then one more step is your color profile in the camera. So if you're shooting RGB on your camera, then you should be editing in CaptureOne in RGB, and then in Photoshop also RGB. That way you have one color profile. If you're using sRGB, now most people don't know the difference between RGB or Adobe RGB and sRGB. sRGB is mostly for web. Any picture that you're going to post online or any of those places is sRGB. If you're going to export for web, your format should be sRGB. If you're going to print, then you use Adobe RGB or any other one that your printing house uses. Mostly those who print, you'll be given the color profile to use by your printing house. These profiles have amount of colors that they can keep for something for web. sRGB is okay because it doesn't take much, it doesn't show much color. Your web, your screen sees up to just a certain amount of colors. But if you're going to print, your printer sees more colors than your screen. All right, so let me see if I have an image here I can use for this purpose. Okay, let's see. This is a TIFF. Let me use a picture that I haven't worked on yet. So something like this one. This is a raw image. Yo, T, we are trying to solve a problem. A colleague here has problems when exporting images. He sees the colors right in Photoshop and CaptureOne, but once he exports, there are some problems. Yes, T, we need to have a collabo very soon. But then in the meantime, if you can jump on this to help answer the question, please do so. The link is in there. The link is in the chat. I've posted it in the chat. So you can join using our video to help answer this question. So for now, we are trying to solve a color mismatch, a profile mismatch in Photoshop and CaptureOne. So here, Asante, we are using this image, okay? So the thing is, my exports, I always do my exports in CaptureOne. So you see, I have my recipes here. Now, they've even changed all these things. So if you want to, if you go to export, you see, I have my recipes here. So for something like this one, see, it's JPEG, and then the color profile is sRGB. You see, and with this one in my camera, I've set my color profile to sRGB as well. And in Photoshop also, I work in sRGB. See, so at all three levels, I have the same color profile. So at the end of the day, when I'm exporting, it's going to be in sRGB also. So if you're, Asante, please confirm, do you export with Photoshop or you export with CaptureOne? Which one do you export with? So that I'll know which one to deal with. Where do you export from? Is it CaptureOne or Photoshop? Okay, as I wait for your response, let me just go ahead. So with this one, if I export from with both, and do both give you the color mismatch? All right. So let me take this to Photoshop, since you do it mostly in Photoshop, but I'll advise you do it in CaptureOne. It will save you a lot of time if you export in CaptureOne. So let me open this image in Photoshop. Okay. I select. Uh, all right. Let's edit with Photoshop. 300. So you see, when I try exporting it to Photoshop, it asks for all these things. I keep it in TIFF. These images are not billboard images or anything for high-res print, so I keep it at 8-bit. Over here, you see ICC profile. I keep it at sRGB. So please take note, there is Adobe RGB. Now, I shot this and raw processed in sRGB. So if I export it to Photoshop using Adobe RGB, there will be a profile mismatch. So let's keep the same sRGB and then edit variant. So this should open in Photoshop. All right, this is my Photoshop. Let's forget the crop. So here we have our image in Photoshop. So let's say we are okay, we are done with retouching it and all that. So we want to export it. This is where you've been having the problem. So we go to File, We have save for web. It should be under exports, then save for web legacy. Is this the same way you do yours? So you go to save for web. And once we are here, let's keep it this way so we can see everything. So here you have your settings to quality and all that. So here I'll just pick very high. I'll pick very high, which is 80. So here, if we look at it, there is convert to sRGB. Let's remove it and then we see what happens. If we take that off, so you see on the left and then on the right, there is some difference. The colors here are more vibrant than over here, if you've noticed, as it is now. Now let's convert to sRGB. And then here, you see that under the preview, there is internet standard. If we click on it, there are other sides. So let's go to monitor. Now, if you use your monitor color, you see it's the same thing now. If you change it to legacy, you see what's happening. Document profile. See? And then we use this one. So let's use my monitor color. So you see the monitor color and what it's showing now is the same. So let's just leave it. Okay, let me scale it down to say 50% of the original size. The image. The thing is, if you're shooting for social media or for web, you know, sRGB is perfect for web or on screens. But if you're going to be printing, if you're going to print your images and all that, then you will need Adobe RGB because Adobe RGB picks more colors. It has the spectrum is bigger than just sRGB. sRGB is smaller because the colors that your phone can interpret are smaller than Adobe RGB. So if you're not going to print the images, you should keep it on Adobe. But then if it's just for web or social media and all those things, then you can keep it on sRGB. The thing is, if you know that a time will come when you need to print your images or order, you can keep it on Adobe. The most important thing is keep it on the same profile throughout. Then when you're exporting, you can always down. It's like you record video in 4K, and then when you're editing, you edit it in 1080 or 720. When you're recording in 4K, it means you're capturing more. You make your file size bigger, and then you can downscale it to 1080 or 720. But then when you shoot in 720 or 1080, it will be difficult for you to upscale it to 4K. Even though you can upscale it to 4K, you're going to lose some details because you recorded in a lower resolution and now you want to upscale it to a higher resolution. It's the same with this. Adobe RGB records more colors than sRGB. But then, depending on the use, if you're recording a video and you know that your timeline is going to be 1080, you can record in 1080 and be okay with that. So I hope that explanation works. So in this case, you see our colors are the same. This is up to 50%, okay? Or if we want to keep our social media aspect ratios correct, the width, we are going to keep it at 20, 40. Okay, or let's just leave it at 50%. 50% here, and then bicubic sharper. Awesome. We leave it at bicubic sharper, and then we save. So in this case, it will ask us where we want to save it. I'll keep it on the desktop. Save. Okay. Now we have it saved on the desktop. Let me open it up, then bring it here so we can compare and see if the color has changed. So I believe you can see the two images on the screen now. Let me bring it this way, like this. So you see here, our images. Tell me, do you see any difference? The one on the right here is the final image that we've exported. You see the name JPEG. And then the one on the left is the TIFF, the one in Photoshop. So tell me, do we have the same colors? Have the colors changed or they are the same? Let me know if anyone sees the colors differently or they are the same. If you are watching, please let me know in the comment. I don't see any difference, but I've tried mine yet, no better results. Wow. Um, Asante, can you join via video so you share your screen so we can do it from your screen and see? Because with what I've taken you through, we did this, together. Okay, so the image, yes, it should be the same because the colors all matched from the camera. I shot in sRGB. In CaptureOne, it was sRGB that we raw processed in, and then we exported to Photoshop in sRGB. And then in Photoshop also, we exported it as sRGB JPEG. So we used sRGB throughout, so it will maintain the colors. Okay, so Asante, if it's possible, use this link, join, so you can share your Photoshop screen, so we go through it together, so we can resolve it. Because this is something most people have been having issues with. They see the colors, everything is correct in either Lightroom, CaptureOne, or Photoshop, but once they export the images, they see different colors. Sometimes the colors are dull after they export them. It's a major issue. So if you're here having the same problem, you can join via video and you can share your screen like I'm doing now. So we go through it together. So you can see that from my end, on the right here is the exported image, and on the left is the image in Photoshop. As you can see clearly, the colors are the same. There is no difference because we used the right procedure. We kept sRGB throughout the process. So let me show you here in CaptureOne, it's in sRGB. Then we exported it to Photoshop in sRGB. And then once we did that, the export from Photoshop is also sRGB. So by doing so, we have the same color profile throughout. So if you're having the same problem, you can join using the link I've posted in the chat. Then we can go through together. So we solve your problem. As I said, a lot of people go through this. They have nice colors in Photoshop, but once they export the images, the colors just drop. Some say the colors get washed away, which is true because of the settings. And I did a couple of videos on how to export for social media. But then if you have your profile mismatch, I want to ask a question, but it's not related to color profile. No problem. Dimage, please ask. Today we are dealing with question and answer. We'll be doing this every Friday from 8:30 p.m. going. Sometimes it will be earlier, 8 p.m. And the name of this live session is 8 p.m. live. Every Friday we'll be doing that. So go ahead and ask. Any question you have concerning retouching, bring them and we will answer them. So you can ask. If you want to ask video, you can just use the link I posted come on and then ask. Otherwise, if you just want to put it in the chat, just put it there and then I'll pick it up and answer. Okay, as we wait for your question, let me see what we can do here. So if you are now joining, just take a look at these two images on the screen and let me know if you see any difference in colors. If the colors are the same or they are different. The image. Okay, let's look at your question. Okay, but before that, if you can share this stream, if you can share the link in the various work groups, I'll really appreciate it so that other people can join and learn. So you can share it on Twitter, Instagram, anywhere that you are, you can share it there so that other people will join and learn. But for now, let me answer your question. Okay, I'm trying to share this. I'm trying to share the link. Then I'll demonstrate for you why you should use actions or not. What setting equipment use for this shoot? Early I have a video on how I shot this. There's a video on my channel of how I shot this. Okay, let me see if I can drop that here. But I have a behind the scenes video on how I shot this on my channel, so you can check it out. But then I'll just quickly go through it so you get to know. Now, first of all, let me answer the actions question. Then Eliklim, I'll come to your question. So, the image. Is there any other name I can call it? An easier name so I don't end up biting my tongue. If you give me an easier name to mention. So this is my workbench. So let's say I want to do frequency separation on this image. This image has not been retouched. See, it's straight. I only processed it. I did the light balance and all that in CaptureOne. So if you want to retouch this, okay, let's say you want to do frequency separation. Now, under normal circumstance, you know how to do your frequency separation things, right? You're going to duplicate this twice. Then you pick the first one, go to either blur, Gaussian blur, or if you want to use median, you get it, all that. So let's say here I use median. So I'll come here and then probably use, let's go this way. Let's say I use 8 for this. Okay. And then I'll go to this one, go to image, apply image. Where is apply image? Why don't I see apply image? Okay, apply image. And then here, we are going to do layer one. Pick from layer one, then you say what? Subtract. Where is subtract? Okay, you say subtract all these things, and then we say okay. All right, and then over here, we come to this, and then we use what? Linear light. And then we put these two together. And then we call it what? FS, frequency separation. Okay, so this is how we go about doing our frequency separation. So here, then you can pick your mixer brush or lasso tool, whichever one you're used to. Now, this whole process of doing this, let's say we are retouching 10 images. So the process of creating this whole with the frequency separation thing, we are going to do it 10 times. So if we spend, let's say, 2 minutes to do this, okay, Dimich, I'll keep that. Where are you from? If we have to do this for 10 images and we spend 2 minutes on each of these processes, that means 2 times 10. That's 20 minutes. We are going to spend 20 minutes to do this same frequency separation thing for 10 images. Now, let's say we have an action. Here, I have an action. The same thing I did, I have an action for it. I recorded my own action. Now, let's say I just click on this. You see, it asks, enter a value for the radius according to your need. Okay, now the radius here, I say 8. Now I just click. And within just some few seconds, I've been able to create that same thing within just few seconds. So my take is actions help you save time. Okay, I understand there are people who just who go asking for actions. Everything they want you to send them actions every time. Can I have your actions? Can you send me your actions and all that? My take is learn how to create your own actions. So this frequency separation, as you saw, I demonstrated how to create it. Then along the way, I showed you how to use my own action. This action, I created it myself. So you see, it's called Ghanaian Medium FS. And by the way, I'll be sharing these actions for free. I'm doing a video on how to use them. Once the videos are ready, I'll share all the actions. I have the dodge and burn, frequency separation, the dark skin, melanin, and then there are other ones like cleaning eyes, and all that. I'll be putting them as a pack and then I'll give them out for free. So watch out for that. If you haven't subscribed yet, you should do that. And don't forget to like this video. It's very, very important. Like it. Okay. So the image actions are good, but what I don't like is people not being able to create their own actions, but depending on other people's actions. Thinking actions make your work look nicer. No, actions are just shortcuts. Just like this other one, there's this popular one that everybody likes, like this Retouching Academy, this panel. Everybody likes this panel, and there was a time that when you don't have this panel, people tend to tell you that your images don't pop, your images don't look nice because you don't have a Retouching Academy. But okay, so Asante, I see you here, but it says your mic and stuff are not connected. So please, Asante, leave and then come in again. But when you try this, it will send you a pop-up that you should grant access to your camera and do that. Oh, okay, Fanti and Igbo. Okay, are you in Ghana or you are in Niger? So this is what it is. Asante, please try. So just log exit and then come back in, and this time grant access to your mic and camera. Okay? Because I see you here, but I can't add you because your mic and camera are not connected. So Dimich, this is what it is. You can use actions, but you should know how to create your own actions. Like you see here, these actions here are my own actions that I have created, which means I know what I'm doing. I'm not depending on other people's actions. I'm not asking people to send me their actions. I mean, everything, everything you can do about retouching, you can create an action for it. And the actions are supposed to make your the time you spend on retouching less. That's all there is to actions. Actions don't make your images better. No, because the actions you're going to play are steps of things that you should do manually. But action is more like automation. So instead of you changing let's say you're driving an automatic car versus a manual car, for an automatic car, you just accelerate and the car does the shifting for you. So if you're going faster, the car will shift the gears for you automatically. So all you do is just accelerate, right? Very easy. Now, if you're driving a manual car, you would have to do the changing of gears yourself. So now you don't just accelerate, but then now you have to apply clutch, brake, and then accelerate. You have to do all those mixes. So driving a manual car is much more cumbersome. That's the difference between actions and no actions. See, I've had people always asking me for actions, and I'm like, some of the things I do, I don't even record actions for them because I want to get used to them so that if I go somewhere and I'm given a new machine and I don't have actions on them, will I be able to create those processes again on my own? Something like the frequency separation process. If you don't know how to create it and you depend solely on actions, the day you're given a new machine or your machine crashes, you will need to get those actions before you can do that. Or imagine you go somewhere, you go shoot at a studio, and there is a machine ready for you to use. But because there are no actions on that machine, you'll be stuck. You won't be able to use that machine because all you know is how to use actions. You don't know how to create those actions yourself. So, Dimage, I hope I've answered your question on if actions are necessary or not. Actions are very necessary. To me, they are very necessary. But the over reliance on other people's actions is what I would discourage. Create your own actions. They will speed up your workflow. Things that you normally use, let's say, 10 minutes to do, you can make it in 5 minutes if you have actions for them. Because let's see, for if you want to brighten the eyes here, there are a couple of steps that you go through. Okay. There are a couple of steps that you go through. Now, imagine you put all those steps in an action set and you just play that action anytime you need to retouch those images. See, if you're doing just one retouch, you might think, oh, actions are not necessary. But if you end up retouching multiple images every time, that's when actions will be very, very useful to you because repetitive processes, if you automate them, it will make your life easier. With the actions, I use Array, which has almost all the shortcuts. So is it still necessary to use actions whilst using Array? Now, the image array is full of actions. That's it, basically. Oh, okay, you're in Bawe. All right. So array, let me show you something here. Array. Array is full of actions. You know. Now let's delete my frequency separation. And now let me show you something. Okay. This is array. Then array has frequency separation using Gaussian blur, and it has bar median. I prefer the median. So let's say we just do frequency separation bar median. So you see, it asks you for the value, which is the same thing mine also does. Now the value, let's say I keep it at 7. Okay. You see, at the end of the day, it creates the folder for you here. What? FS bar medium. See, I have removed this one from mine. Yeah, Mr. Schultz, we are answering some questions. How is Ada? Don't forget to like. Don't forget. Okay, Asante, I see you here now. I've added you. Say hi and let's hear if we can hear you. Asante, say hi. Let's see if we can hear you. All right, as we wait to hear from you. Now, Dimage, please follow nicely. Here we have this from that. So you see, it only created the action. Now, if we disable it, nothing has affected the image. If we enable it again, it hasn't affected the image. So it's actions that have been placed behind all these buttons. Just like there are actions here. The only thing with array is somebody has sat down to program an interface and then placed the actions behind these buttons. You get it? That's all there is to it. So if we delete this and then we play my action, the same thing, I have added something fancy to this. Array will not give you this. I am trying to let you know what you need to do next. So once you continue, you see, the same thing pops up. You click OK. It creates that for you. See, this is it. So that's what it does. Actions are good. You need actions, but don't be over reliant on other people's actions. Now let me ask you a question. What if tomorrow RA ceases to be? Does it mean your retouching journey ends? Or if you get to use someone's machine and the person doesn't have array, does it mean you won't be able to use that system? You need to install array before you can use that system? No. That's why you need to learn how to create your own actions. Why are you selling me out? What if I lie? That one there, it's your own palaver. Ibab, it's your own palaver. So yes, actions are very, very necessary, but don't just rely on other people's actions. Make sure you know how to create your own actions. Okay, Dimage, have we answered your question? Now, somebody was updated my Windows, so I don't really know if that's the problem. I'm not sure your Windows. Oh, okay, okay. Asante, let me add you again. All right, I've added you, Asante. Let's see if we can hear you. Are you using your computer or are you using your computer or your phone? If your computer is giving you problems, try using your phone. Let's see. Okay, so Kobe, you say what? What about LUTs for skins? Yes, you can use LUTs, but me, so far, I have never used, any LUTs in my journey in Photoshop. I use LUTs in my videos. Okay, I use LUTs. All right, Asante, let me add you again. Let's see. Asante, say hi, let's hear. I use LUTs for my videos, but I don't use LUTs in Photoshop because I do my color correction in CaptureOne. You see, so I have my styles here. These are a custom styles, Ghananie. I have a couple of styles here that I use. You see. Okay, Asante, can you hear me? If you can hear me, say hi. Let's see if we can also hear you. See, these are my styles that I've created here. I don't even have many of them because I believe every image has its own vibe. See, so most of the time I don't even save them. These are the ones that I realize I've been using often, so I just save them. One of these days I'll give them out for free. But the thing is, why would you want to use someone's LUTs so that your images will look like the person's image? Now, if people know that, oh, Ghananie likes moody pictures. So I create my style around that moody thing. Now you pick that style, and then you're also using this. If people see those pictures, they'll think those pictures are mine. So the best thing I'll ask you to do is create your own style, so that when people see any image like that with those colors and stuff, they will know that these images are from you. They will say, oh, these pictures look like Ghanaian's pictures. No, you want to create your own style. So I'd rather teach you and let you understand how to create your own style instead of sharing my styles with you. You get it? So these are some of my styles. See, they go a long way. Yes, Kobe, to save time, you can create styles. But the thing is, my problem is not using LUTs. My problem is people over relying on other people's LUTs. You get it? There are standard LUTs, like even in video, there is the orange and teal LUTs, which doesn't belong to anybody. So if you have an orange and teal LUT, no problem. But then when you see my pictures and you realize that, oh, my highlights are usually teal, and then the skin tones are brown, and you want me to send you that lot so that you will use. Now that's like a style I have developed for myself. Yes, Asante, I realize your audio is not going through. I don't know why. You see, so I have developed a style for colors and all that for me. Let's say my setup now. There is a teal light behind me here, and then there is a red light somewhere here. Okay. Now, somebody looks at this setup and says, oh, I also want my background and my colors to be the same thing. Now, out of the blues, and you get this light, the same thing, you get this thing, the same thing. Out of the blues, if you go live and people start watching, or you take a picture with this setup and then you post it, everybody who has watched my setup will automatically conclude that, oh, you took that picture here. Yes, Yuri, please go ahead and ask your question. If you have any question, please drop it. Just ask. If you want to come here and ask live, you can do so using the link that I've posted. Otherwise, you can just ask in the chat and I'll answer it for you. And if there's anyone here who can answer any question, please just use the link to join and join me so that we answer all these questions. So as I was saying, you can develop your own style, develop your LUTs and all that, but don't be over depending on other people's LUTs. Don't be over depending on other people's actions. If those actions cease to exist, will you still be able to retouch? Learn how to create your own actions, your own styles. Okay, so I think the change in color was due to sRGB and Adobe RGB not being consistent. Yes. So as I said, that's one of the major causes of color change, because in your camera, most people don't even know about these colors. In their camera, the camera is set to shoot Adobe RGB, and then they retouch in sRGB. And then when they are exporting, they export in RGB. So it's like you've taken it from 4K to 1080, then now you want to export back in 4K. You're going to stretch the video and there'll be pixelation and all that. It's the same thing with colors. Okay, so be consistent. 3 places you need to be consistent with your color profile. 1, in your camera. 2, in your raw processing, whether you use CaptureOne or Lightroom. It should match with what you chose in the camera. And then 3, when you're sending to Photoshop, the color you work in Photoshop. Hey, Taikis, what's up? Hope everything is okay. The color you work in Photoshop should match what is in the camera, what's in your raw post. And then when you're exporting, what you're exporting to also matters. So please check those. All right. Can I ask a question? Yes. Okay, let's see your question. My friend actually recommended this awesome channel to me. Do you know Joe? He said he knows you from school. What's his full name or his nickname? Maybe using that nickname, I'll be able to know. And welcome to this community. Yuri, welcome. You're very, very much welcome. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe so that you'll be part of the community. Okay, Taikis, welcome. I know it's been a while we had these live discussions, but now we are back every Friday, 8 p.m. That's why this show is called 8 p.m. live. We used to do it every day, but Charlie, we can't keep up with the everyday thing. It's very stressful. So now we do it once a week. Every Friday, we meet here and then we answer questions. We interact. If there's anybody here who would want to take over, like how my screen is showing now, if somebody wants to take over and do that, you can just do it. We are here to learn and then share everything. Uh, hey, Charlie, that's like a long name. Which school? Which school though? Which is it Motown or Dallas? Okay, all right. I've added you, but it's still rotating. Yo, Kobe, Charlie. It's been a very, very long time, brother. A very, very long time. I beg, this is the link. If you can join, please join and let's have an interaction. So, okay, that's the. What is the other question? What is the other question? Okay, we've answered this one. The other question was the color thing. Yes, so I'll encourage you guys, Catalyst, if you can join, please do. And if you have any question, please go ahead and ask. Let me check. Good, right there. If you have any question, please ask. If you want to join and ask in person, please do. We are here for you. Now, as I was saying, this image was shot in sRGB. I raw processed in sRGB, okay? And then I sent it to Photoshop to work on it in sRGB. And then once imported, once we were exporting, we exported in sRGB. Kobe is saying something. It's best to learn about color science. Will save you a lot from going through transfers to phone and PC. Good calibrated monitor needed. Very, very necessary. Now, color science is very, very important. I keep giving the excuse that I'm not a colorist, but once you're a photographer, you should at least make an effort to learn about the color science. Which colors, are in harmony with which one? There is this color theory. Which colors are adjacent to each other? Which two colors look nice when they come together and all that? Which colors should never be put close? Even though there is nothing like never, because now people put, okay, Ty, what's up? What's up, man? You're on.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, I'm good. Welcome back.
What's good with you? It's my first time, so
Oh, okay. I like your background.
okay, yeah. I put it. What you call it? You could change it in the settings,
Oh, so
and like
a green that
it's a
green screen
virtual,
thing, the virtual background.
yeah, virtual background, but it's already in the StreamYard for free.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, I'm at my house, so I'm not in my studio, so I had to put
okay.
it.
That's fine. That's fine. So we are back to our usual discussions,
Okay,
and this time it's every Friday at 8 p.m. GMT.
okay.
So we
Your
try
t-
to answer.
your time or our
Yes,
time or
yes, our time 8 p.m. GMT.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So
So we
it's
try to answer questions from the community and then share ideas because lots of people, have questions and just posting videos won't help.
okay, okay.
So I
So
believe once in a while when we come live and they can interact with us, It
Okay,
makes
so
it
5 o'clock
better.
my time, 8 o'clock your time.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, gotcha. So
Yeah.
what's you just talk about like different stuff or about different techniques or camera wise, or you just talking about Photoshop, CaptureOne and stuff like that, or just everything?
It's everything
Okay,
photography.
okay,
So it could even be that but then it would be nice if now this is just the beginning. So we are just we keep it open so that any question we can answer. But as we go along, we can make it that okay, this week we are dealing with retouching. Then
okay,
next week it will be light setup, so that whoever is coming on will know that okay, I have to be in a studio with my lighting so that I can explain stuff.
okay,
Because now, as it is, if I have to move from here to my studio to go demonstrate lighting, it means I may have to go off and then come back on.
okay.
Yes.
I don't
So
know too much about CaptureOne, so I
no
don't know about
problem.
it.
So when people ask the questions, then whoever is available to or whoever knows much about that aspect will just jump on and then
Okay.
have it answered.
So this question is, what's the difference between Luts and preset? Well, to me, I think Luts and preset are about the same. That's
It
my
just
idea.
depends on the
Yeah,
app that is using it, because a
yeah,
lot is a lookup table,
right,
and a preset has basically the same thing. Because in Capture One, see, Capture One has what it calls styles and presets.
right,
Okay, and now with the styles, they are like a combination of a lot of things.
right.
But with the preset, it has to do with like just one tool. You
Yeah,
see, so this is what Capture One. Now, in somewhere in Lightroom, presets are whole just like how it is here, but Capture One is just differentiating between. If you put maybe two tools together, that creates a style.
right,
But if you're using just one tool to effect color changes and all that, that is a preset in Capture One. But if you go to Lightroom, a preset has to do with everything you do with color.
right,
So it's just the app trying to give it a fancy name or something. Otherwise, at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Now,
right.
this is what Kobe has to, most lots from online are based on white skin. So the color rendition as compared
Hmm.
to our dark skin differs. It's best for yourselves to at mastering everyday color. Yes. So most of the tutorials we see are based on white skin. And then we are here dealing with dark skin. So most of the time, the colors they pick, the light intensity. That's why in my tutorials, I don't mention the power of my strobe, because if I'm shooting dark skin absorbs light. So you
Right,
need more light to be able to get the skin to glow. Compared to white skin or light skin, you just need a little amount of light. So if I'm giving you my setting, I'm shooting, let's say for instance, this image that I did, this one. If I was using 1/4, and then you have a light skin person and you put that same 1/4 on that light skin, you will get it wrong. On that light skin, it will be overblown.
mm-hmm.
See, so I don't usually mention my strobe power. I just give you my camera settings, and even that the settings will be influenced by the power of the strobe.
So are your strobe right there is like 1/8 or 1/16?
Mostly I use 1/4
On
because I
four.
shoot in studio. I shoot at a higher aperture,
Okay,
mostly
okay.
f8 or
I was
f11.
okay. I was gonna say 1/4, but it looked like 1/8.
Yes, so mostly it's between 1/4 and 1/8. So this image, for instance, if you look at it, this was at f6.3.
Mm,
It was shot at f6.3. I know most people shoot 1.8, 2.8, and all that, but I'm like, this is in a studio. This background,
yeah.
I want the details to show. I don't want to blur it.
Okay, okay. I
Yes,
normally
and I
shoot
want
like 1.5, 5.0, and then sometimes like
the least I
2,
go
3.
is 6.3
Okay.
in the studio. Outdoor, the least I go is f4.
Okay,
Sometimes
yeah.
I go for one. Yes,
I
because
love
I want to
F4.
see everything. Yeah, I want everything tack sharp. Other
Okay.
people want a blurred background and all that. Okay, lots are basically color themes saved in PS, whilst presets are in relation to themes saved from Lightroom and CaptureOne. So, as we said, lots and presets are basically the same thing. It depends on the platform where it's coming from. That's what makes the difference. So, guys, keep your questions coming here. We are here to answer. So, Yuri, you said you are going to ask a question. Please drop your question. Let's answer it for you. Okay. So Tai, how is photography like outside there?
Man, it's great. I'm still learning.
Hmm.
So as I grow, I'm still learning photography. So it's sometimes it get hard, sometimes it get tricky. Sometimes you waiting on people to book you, stuff like that. So I mean, to me, it's doing great.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Over
but
here.
don't get me wrong. I'm still learning as I every time I watch YouTube or stuff like that. I'm still learning. So I'm not like professional. I would say professional, but I'm not like most guys that do it for a long time. But I'm still learning as I grow.
But the truth is, with the creative arts, every day there is something new to learn.
Yeah. So, so
Every day, because I watch videos on YouTube and I'm like, oh, I didn't know this. I didn't know this could happen or something like that.
mhm.
So there is always something new to learn every day.
Yep.
Just that over here, people's reception to photography, they still have this old thinking that photographers are uneducated
Mhm.
or they look down on photography. So for them to book you, they look at how much you're charging and they're like, for just photography, you're charging me this much. Does it
Mhm.
happen like that over there too?
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Mhm. I get it. I get that a lot. Some
Wow.
people
I
said,
thought the
uh,
reception out there is like way better than it is over here.
yeah. Some people say, no, they go to the next person, find somebody else.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, then it means we are all in like that. Because I
Yeah.
thought it was way better out there. And with regards to getting gear,
I would
over
say
here,
so.
mhm,
Back to the question, I would say this depend where you living at. Yes, depend
okay,
where you're living at. I
okay.
would say that. And then now you saying what you saying gears and products.
Yes, how to acquiring gear from your end. Over here, mostly we have to order online and getting them here becomes a problem. So we need to use a third party, like a middleman, someone who has connections there to
Hmm.
buy them and then get them sent here. And that involves
Wow.
some unnecessary spending
Yeah, that's some money right there. You got to pay for it, and then you got to find somebody
to bring them.
to bring them
Because
here.
if you use DHL, it's going to be a whole lot. You can't
That's
even end up
that's gonna be
paying.
about 2 months right there.
No, DHL can do 3 days
Oh,
express,
okay.
but then the charges,
Oh, their charge is high now.
yes, you're going to end up paying like double the price of what you're getting. Meanwhile,
Oh,
online mostly you even get deals.
right.
But by the time you do forex exchange, changing from our currency to the dollar, and
Uh huh.
then the stuff getting here, you're paying like double.
Wow.
Yes, you know something like this Sigma 85 mm 1.4.
Hmm.
It's around $1,000.
Hmm.
It's been like that for some time now. And it's still around that same $1,000, but over here now the cedi has fallen. It has depreciated against the dollar. So now it used to be around 5,000 cedis, but now because the dollar has appreciated so much against the cedi, the same
Mhm.
lens at the same price in dollar is going for about 8,000 Ghana cedis. So that's like 3K extra
Right,
just because of the currency, behaving
right. The
badly.
currency change and stuff like that.
Yes. You see,
Yeah,
so these are some of the challenges we face here. And then
right.
most of the providers also they have this attitude of we don't ship to Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
So over here in the United States, I normally do express, like 2 day shipping for an Andorama.
Hmm.
So or I normally do it from B&H, or I normally do it for Amazon. If you got Amazon Prime, that'd be good. But like I just normally do it. Sometimes I don't. If I don't want it, like 2 days, I go to the camera store. So we got a camera store here. They
We
might
don't
have
have
it what I
camera
want.
stores here.
Oh well, see, yeah.
We
So
don't
if
even have a Canon dealership here.
wow, so if I don't want to wait, I go to the camera store, see they got it. Other than
Hmm.
that, I normally order it if I'm not like in a rush or nothing. But it's pretty good over here. Just
Over
depending what you're
here,
looking.
that's
Depending
the
what you're looking
problem.
for.
And when your camera goes bad or a lens goes bad, you need to find a third party to get it fixed, and it's mostly trial and error.
Okay, okay. Now, have you heard about PPA?
Yes, is it the American Photography Association?
Yeah. Can y'all get that?
We tried, but then everything about Africa is corruption.
Okay, okay. How
So we
about it?
tried. There were some people who tried getting like an association,
Okay,
so that once we have a body, the body can lobby and then get some of these manufacturers to consider.
okay.
But we tried it, and
Keep on
it's been
trying. Keep
yeah,
on trying. Cause if you
it's been about 5 years. There's
okay,
still nothing out of it.
well try it again. But if you get PPA, it will help you with your camera lens. Like anything that broke, you got your insurance covered. Everything. It's
Okay, I
pretty
think
dope.
it's something we have to look at over here. So
Yeah.
because I know with the association and then the numbers,
Okay.
if we have the numbers, I mean these brands will be ready to come on board and then assist. Because now if I want to buy a Sony, there is no Sony dealership in Ghana.
Right.
I think
So
the next is either in South Africa. Canon, I know they have, I think, one in Nigeria, and
right.
that's all. You see, there is none in Ghana. So if your Canon equipment goes bad, you need to get someone here who has learned on his own, and most of them are not they are not trustworthy.
Right.
You take your gear there, it takes sometimes you don't even get them back. Sometimes they come worse than you sent them.
Right. I saw a dude on YouTube fix his lens. It's more cheaper than send it to somebody to fix it. He said he wasn't gonna pay it that much just to fix the lens. He fixed it right then. It's more cheaper to fix your own.
Yeah,
But if you
that's if you know what you're doing.
yeah, yeah. But I would say try it again and see what PPA. But that will help y'all out over that way.
Okay, so I'll put it up. I'll get a couple of friends. We tried, be like, okay, if the parent association is not doing much because we have leaders there running things. If they are not doing it well, then we can create maybe a different association. Once we have the numbers, we can pitch it up to any other recognized body outside there. Then they
Mhm.
can, liaise for us and be like, oh, this is these people can get things done. So let's just link up with
Yeah.
them.
Right. So
Okay.
it's a YouTuber. I shoot Fuji, and he shoot Fuji. I think his
Hmm.
name was band something.
Ben Bond.
Yeah, he might got connection too.
Okay, because I know he's a very good friend, Ben Bond. He's been in the industry since before I even
Right.
thought of being a photographer.
Yeah, that's a good connection. If you could get a connection with him, he probably knows some stuff too now.
Okay, okay.
But
Then I'll talk to him.
yeah, cause I shoot Fuji, he shoot Fuji, so
Yeah, because
I
I
know
know
he.
he started with Canon,
Yeah,
then he
he
transited
switched.
to.
Yeah, the Fuji. Yeah. So if you get in contact with him, he probably know more than I do. For that's where you living at. So
Okay, and by virtue of that, now there are more people shooting Fuji in Ghana.
right. Yes, I
Yeah.
Team
Okay,
Fuji.
Dimich, please go ahead and ask your question. Please go ahead and ask, and we'll get it answered.
And then
And
I
you
think
know,
it's another dude that with him too can help you too.
really.
I forgot his name. He had it on his YouTube video. I forgot his name though.
Oh, okay, okay. I'll get in touch with him and then see how
Yeah,
best we can
yeah.
get that.
It's all about connection and networking and stuff. Like
Mhm.
yeah,
And then also, over here we have nothing like insurance for gear.
yeah. He pretty cool. I talked to him one time and he told me about a lens, the Viltrock lens for Fuji. I think it was like the 85, and he gave me his link to Amazon that I could go and like to his link to Amazon and get it. So
Okay, okay.
they're pretty cool. He cool person.
I'll talk to him and
Yeah.
then get it. So, and as I was saying, there is one other thing we don't have here, like insurance for gear.
Oh, see,
We
that's why.
don't have.
Yeah,
When your
that's why.
gear is stolen, it's gone.
Yeah, that's why I say he probably know more than I do. I don't think I know over here is like PPA, or you take it to like a camera store like that. But other than
Hmm.
that, he probably know more than I do for y'all countries and stuff.
Okay, so let me. You belong to PPA, right?
Yeah,
Good. And what are some of the benefits, or what are do
the
you pay?
benefits. Okay, the benefits. I'm gonna show you. Okay, the benefits is okay. You get insurance, you get equipment insurance, and you get data loss. Like if you lost your data and stuff, and then you could get general liability stuff like that, and then you could get like certification. Let's say you could be a professional photographer, or you get certified like a professional photographer, and then you could get certified as a drone photographer. They're
Okay.
like they like discount. They got discounts. They got copyrights and stuff like send a letter, copyright news, all copyright stuff. The insurance, like let's say I'm gonna go to this insurance. Okay, let's say they the insurance they cover up to 15,000 in equipment coverage. Like and
Wow.
plus like a $50 flat deductible for equipment repairs. 350 flat deductible for full replacement equipment loss. So let's say your equipment got lost and stuff like that, they pay for it.
Hmm.
Plus you can add more to your equipment stuff, to your equipment and camera gear.
Okay. So with something like
I
that,
wish I could
how
share it.
much
I got
do you pay, like dues monthly or quarterly, or
monthly,
how do you
monthly, monthly.
monthly?
Yeah.
Okay. And how
I pay like 28.
$28 a month?
Yeah.
And is it across, or it depends on how much you're making, or what, or where you're from?
No, it just take it out your account and stuff.
So the 28
It's
is
every
every
month.
member pays 28.
Yeah. Most people pay different. Because they probably got something different.
Oh, okay.
But normally to join and stuff, you could pay like I think it's 28. Let's see. Yeah,
Okay.
just depends. Just depends
Uh,
what you want and stuff.
okay, so that does it mean they have like packages where, let's say, if you
Right,
want insurance, you pay maybe up to this amount. If you want up to this level of insurance, you pay this amount.
right.
Okay, okay.
The
I'm trying to
insurance,
get.
the insurance already covered when you join,
Okay,
but the insurance you could upgrade your insurance because they got a photo plus thing. After that, you could you could upgrade your insurance, but the basic is come with the PPA. It's already free. It's already
okay.
you already covered. But if you want to upgrade your insurance, you can.
Yeah, because I mean, if someone has just one body, one lens, the
Mhm.
insurance for them will be less than someone who has four bodies, a drone,
Right,
gimbal, and all that.
right. And then
Okay,
let's say so they could repair that up to like 50. You only thing you probably had to pay like $50. That's it to repair it. But if it's like a full thing, what they say, a full replacement of equipment and a full replacement of equipment loss, like let's say your equipment got lost, stuff like that, you can pay like $350 for that, a flat deductible.
okay,
But that's the basic insurance now. But you want more, you got to upgrade it. You got to
okay.
call. You got to call them.
I think I've
See,
taken some notes.
he probably Ben Ban probably know more for y'all countries and stuff than I know about the United States.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Hey, Kobe, Rastaman,
what's up? What's up, guys?
What's up? What's up?
Rastaman. Okay, so Kobe, since you're here now, somebody is asking, how do you make good money from photography
Oh boy.
in terms of getting clients and more paid gigs? Okay, so just before we continue, Dimich, I did a video on, okay, that's for beginners. I don't know if you're also a beginner, but like how to get your first few clients as a beginner. And I covered about five topics that you should, five things that I believe when you do, you'll be able to get your first few clients as a beginner. So you can take a look at that video after this whole thing. But for now, since there are three of us here, we can all share, what we believe can work for you.
There's no such thing good money.
Good money is relative, eh? It depends on
How you
how
get clients and
you.
more paid gigs. Yeah.
I mean, I
So
don't
my
know if
okay.
I can answer that, but I don't have any clients and I don't have any paid gigs. So
No, but I'm sure you have the knowledge.
why did I even get on here? No, you go ahead. You go ahead. You guys go ahead first.
My thing is getting clients and more paid gigs. Uh, I would say starting off. What you, I mean, if you start in photography, I would do like trade for pics first. Get yourself out there, and then after that, I would say like a good 2 months that you get yourself out there, like do trade for pics, to build up your portfolio, and after that, you can start doing your getting paid gigs, telling people to book you.
Hmm.
That's my
So
thing.
if I get you right, you're saying the first maybe 3 months should be focused
Two,
more on building his
two,
portfolio.
2 months.
2 months should be
Yeah,
aimed at building his portfolio first.
that's what I think now.
Okay,
It just depends how much you know your cameras and stuff. So
okay. So I mentioned that also in my video that at
hey,
least you should get a portfolio first because whoever is going to book you would want to see what you can do.
great minds think
So
alike.
Dimich, that's the first thing. Catalyst, what do you have to add?
Well, I mean, I would say photography is just like any other internship program that you put yourself in. So, depending on how you're treating it, if you are teaching yourself photography, you have to take it as if you're running an internship gig for yourself to create your portfolio. Without a portfolio, nobody knows what you can do, and nobody's going to pay you any money. That's guaranteed. if you can't show people what you are capable of doing.
Facts.
So just like they all said, put in the hard work. You can do it in various ways. Either you're going to shoot, probably sometimes for free, or sometimes
Right.
paid for print, just to get your portfolio. But then you have to be mindful that this is pure expense to you. Nobody is going to refund you for that expense. So just consider it as a marketing expense and make sure you spend a lot of time. I normally spend like 70% of my time planning because I want to reduce like the variable costs like studio time, equipment, and stuff. If you're starting out and you have the money to buy all those expensive equipment, good for you. If you don't, you'll probably want to rent one or two from people you know or from camera rentals. So you want to spend the least amount of hours in the studio you rent or the
Start off
equipment
small.
you rent.
Mm-hmm.
So you just make sure you plan, and then there are different ways of getting people to shoot. You can either first try to work with someone who is already established in order to get their network. So you can work with some of the models that they have or some of the products that you like to shoot. It might be
Mm-hmm.
you want to shoot headphones or something. So I'm not just going to base it on just human beings alone. There are different categories of photography, but you
Mm-hmm.
can pair up with someone who is already established to tap into their network. So you are mainly paying them with your time because you don't have money, definitely. But then if you also know people who are good looking and love cameras, like these days, there are lots of ways making friends with Instagram models and stuff like that. Just get them into the building, tell them your concept, make sure they are serious. Don't just go pick somebody who is going to give you selfie poses. That would be a waste of time. So
Selfie poses.
yeah, look for someone who is trying to diversify from being just an Instagram influencer into an actual professional influencer. Pair up with them, collaborate with them, share your vision, and get your material.
Mm-hmm.
But don't take it like you are shooting for free. That's the mindset people have. They think, oh, I'm shooting for free. You're not. You're actually marketing. That's you creating a marketing material to take to the market.
Mm-hmm.
You can check with these Teslas and stuff. They do crashes, like make a whole car just to crash it and stuff like that. That's not for free. That's all marketing expense. So have that mindset. It hurts because if you don't really have money, you can't create. But if you don't have money, then pair up with someone, help them create their materials, and get some materials from me. Just have
Mm-hmm.
your name on it. There's nothing wrong. I
Right.
mean, when I was in Ghana, we used to do a lot of collabs, and then we just tag ourselves in it. We're all part of the shoot, and it works that way. So there's a lot of ways getting clients. I mean, we can spend 50 days on this topic. I mean, I know basically my short YouTube life was mainly based on this. And it was always these kind of topics. So there are
Mhm.
different ways of getting clients, there are different ways of getting paid. So I don't know, maybe there are some follow-up questions to that, and then we can
well,
go
my
more into details. Yeah.
my thing is, if he got money, I would start off small with cameras or lighting, and then after that, I would get somebody that where you at in the country that is like a professional photographer. Get with them, they could teach you the tricks and trades and stuff like that. You can
Yeah.
learn. That's why I would add to that. Like if you
Yeah.
got money, start off small. Don't go big. Don't go-
Mhm.
don't do nothing big now. You ain't you gonna waste money. I would start off
Mm.
small with your camera. I would start off small with your lighting. Now my thing is I would start outside versus in the studio. Cause you ain't got to that step yet. I would start outside first, learn outside first, then you work your way to the studio.
Yeah.
Cause it's two different things.
Unless you're probably an introvert.
Right,
Someone like me, I had no choice. I had to start from the studio, but I had to go outside, and it changed my life because I
right.
mean, Ghanania will remember when I started, I had all the studio gears. I had all the light, 4 points lighting, all the lenses. But when I started shooting from outside, like I sold everything. And I've been using one camera, two lenses for the past 3 years, and it's making me more than I I was making when
Right.
I was using all those equipment. Because
Right.
you can have all the equipment, but that's you being a hobbyist.
That's right.
That's you being a hobbyist.
Right.
Okay.
Studio and outside two different
Yeah,
things.
it takes
So it's
time to build a business.
right.
There's
All
no
right.
two
So,
ways about that.
Image, you got your answers by now. But after, just try and watch that video that I did. It mentions all these
Yeah, go back
things,
to the
and
video.
the summit of this whole thing, I would say, is get a mentor, somebody who is already in the game. That person has so much knowledge that by just having that person in your life, you know,
Right.
building your portfolio, getting the right people to shoot, even introducing you to some clients. This mentor would already have a pool of clients. Some clients that he believes, oh, okay, these clients with my level now, I believe you are in a better position to handle them. He gives those clients to you. Then, by also doing a good job, those clients will now be referring you to their friends. You see, so what I always say is get yourself a mentor. Your mentor is not your competitor. Your mentor is not your competition.
Yeah.
Get someone with vast knowledge that you can go cry to. Someone you know that even if I call this person at 1 a.m., this person is there to help me. Be good to the person and let the person impact knowledge in you. Don't go trying to steal your mentor's clients, trying to, eyeball that person and see what if he's charging 500, let me charge 450 so I can get his clients and all that.
Yeah.
Get a mentor and learn from that mentor.
Yeah,
Okay.
I almost said they should link up with me, but when you started talking about crying, I was like, no,
No, but it
I don't want that.
But
that
my
that that's a smaller part of it because let's say at a point in your journey, then out of the blues, a big time client just calls you. How much will you charge for this? And at that moment, your mentor is not available, and you haven't reached the level where you can deal with such an offer. And the person is waiting for a response. You see, so you need to get in touch with your mentor. That yo, I know you've taught me how to deal with up to maybe 5K deals, but this is the situation where they want this deal is going to be about 10K. How do I handle it? And you need your mentor to do that. That's where I mentioned the crying to that person at 1 a.m. or something.
so do y'all know this person right here? The one that
Ooh,
asked the question.
no, I don't know him personally.
Okay. So my question is to you is what's his name? I'm gonna call him
Image.
Mike. I'm gonna call him Michael.
Okay. I told him to give me a simpler name. He says that's his name, Image.
Okay, I'm gonna call you Michael. So
Okay.
for a question for Michael, are you starting out or how long you been in the game or doing photography? That's my question. So we can know how to help you with your question you just asked too. We can add more. Like he said, we can go on for days with this question. So we want to know. I want to know how long you been doing it, or you just starting.
Yeah. So, the Image, for how long? Looking at yourself, where are you? Are you a beginner, or you found your foot in this? Oh,
3 years.
years. Okay.
What you
So
what you shooting with? Are you shoot
yeah,
mirrorless or you see DLSR?
yes. And are you doing this as a business or
Mm-hmm.
just as an enthusiast? Catalyst will always say he's a
Oh,
hobbyist.
he
I'm
about
a
he about
hobbyist.
he about where I'm at. 3 years.
Nice. I
Because
mean,
getting clients also is going to depend on your approach. Are you just doing this when you need money, when you see photography as a quick way to make money, or are you doing it as a business?
Yeah.
If you're seeing it as a quick way to make money, if somebody is offering you let's say $50, for a shoot that you should have been charging $250, you will still take it because you just need the money. But if you're running it as a business, you know your cost of business, your cost of doing business, your taxes and all that. You're going to factor all that in, and you know that the minimum I can take is $300. So if somebody is even giving you $299, you're not taking it because you know if you take $299, you're going to lose. That's as a business. But if you're just doing it as a quick way to make a couple of money, then you're always running discounts just so you can get more people to get that. He says,
That's a
I
Canon
just switched
6D.
to a full frame 6D. Okay.
That's a Canon.
Yeah, 6D.
Okay.
And he's doing it as a business.
Okay.
I mean,
So my
yeah.
thing is how well do you know your camera? Because you got to learn your camera, everything. Learning
I
your
think
camera
he's
with
yeah, I think he's pretty good with it.
yeah.
I'm on his Instagram page.
Okay.
My only concern probably with his page is it has everything on it. He's like a
Okay.
generalist. That's the first red flag for me because he's shooting like celebrity events, shooting studios, shooting weddings, shooting outdoors,
Right.
shooting
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
influencing.
Professional. Yeah. He said it right. What's his name? Yeah. Learning your camera. You got to learn your camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So in the first place, like you do have everything, but you basically have nothing. Because if I'm looking for a heart surgeon, I'll always Google a heart surgeon. I'll never Google a medical doctor. And that's the same with photography. If somebody is looking for headshots, they'll Google headshot photographers in Accra. They'll never Google photographers in general. That would be the last search anyone will do. So the same thing, if they go on your page and they are looking for headshot, the first thing I see now, the images you've pinned on top is basically a shot you did for someone. You know, it's like a lifestyle shot. And you have to go down like 4 grades to see a wedding picture. So if someone comes to your page right now looking for a wedding photographer, they'll be out in a second. So if you're running as a business, it's tough, but unfortunately, if you want to really make more, you have to specialize on your marketing. Not that you're specializing in your skill, but on your marketing. If you feel you have the capability of shooting everything, it's fine. Then create pages for everything. On your website, it's different because on your website, I can go and then I can see a whole page for wedding, a whole page
Mhm.
for lifestyle. But on social media, it's different. You can't treat it like your website. You can't put everything on it. So to me, that is the first red flag. If I'm to check, okay, what your style is, it's difficult for me to also determine which style of photography, which style of editing. So I think having a mentor right now will be the best, will be the best for you, just to first
I agree.
understand your business position and where you want to head towards. Because if you have no goal, then you are going nowhere. You are going with the masses. Then you are just like what do you call it? A Gen Z musician. If it's trap music, you are going with trap. If it's drill, you are going with drill.
Right.
You are going everywhere.
But
I agree.
my thing is, if you don't want no mentor, let me tell you something. YouTube your best friend. YouTube is your best friend.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
I
then
mean,
in
YouTube your
this
best.
case, also, as Catalyst said, you're doing everything. Yes, it's okay for as a photographer, a general photo, or
as a
let's say you're a
hobbyist
commercial
like
photographer,
me,
you're doing
yeah,
yes, you're doing everything. But then there is something you're stronger at. There's something you want to market. Because when let's say if it's weddings, when they talk about wedding photographers, you should know that your name should be there. But then aside weddings, you shoot birthday parties, you shoot pre-birthdays, you do headshots and all that. But those are not the ones that you want to be mainly known for. Now, if it's headshots also, you want to market headshots. So you have more headshots on your page so that when people come there, they know that, okay, this guy specializes in headshots. It doesn't mean you don't shoot weddings either. It doesn't mean you don't shoot other ones. So You can still do everything some, but then specialize. Let people know you for a particular type of photography. Create a style so that when people are looking for that kind of thing, so now, as we are saying again, you need a mentor. Your mentor will help you discover yourself so that you know that, okay, this is what I'm best at. We can all hold a camera, take pictures at various places, but then there's a particular place that when you're on your own, you are much more effective than other places. Find that and then, market that. We are not saying stop other types of photography. You can still do them in addition, but then market a specific one. It can be maybe two headshots and portraits. Those two, they know that, okay, when we need somebody for this area, this person is there. And you can still be shooting weddings and other things on the low. You get it?
I mean, I agree. To be honest, there's a huge difference between photography and photography business. It's two different worlds on its own. Photography is you, your camera, knowing your camera, and your skill.
Mm-hmm.
Photography business is you making money with your photography. It's two different skills. It's like you can learn how to be a doctor spending 7 years in school, but being a professional doctor is you making money with your doctorate. So it's two different things. Shooting is nice. I mean, I enjoy shooting. That's why I call myself a hobbyist. But making money with my photography, it's a different language for me because I have to sit down, I have to start thinking about how do I get clients? How much do I charge clients? What kind of market am I looking at? How much revenue do I want to make in the next 1 year, in the next 3 years? What kind of gadgets do I want to buy in the next 1 year, in the next 3 years? How do I
Mm-hmm.
want to expand? Do I want to be a solo photographer or do I want to expand by hiring other people? What kind of business do I set up? Is it sole proprietorship or is it a corporation? All of these things are part of photography business. And if you don't think about that right from the start, you create a whole mess behind you and you spend more time, more money clearing that mess. So 3 years is great. I think I'm what 6 years into photography. I've done it like 4 years for business, but 2 years for hobby at this moment. But you have to sit down, you have to plan it. I mean, I think I still have my video up there on how to write a business plan. You can just look at it. It's simple. It's not what you see like a whole huge mathematical thing with Excel sheets. No, it's just you sitting down, looking at the 5 steps, and then learning from there. Then when you bring my face like this, I get so scared. Can I be small on this screen?
Don't worry, you're the one talking, so
Thank you.
I thought
Now,
somebody gonna pop out.
yeah, it's so scary. I thought the whole Chicago was coming after me. No, I mean it's a whole ball game. Don't think about it like a mentor means you have to go look for the Daniel Diamonds or the Lindsay Adler and those things. No, a mentor is just getting someone who is just ahead of you. It could be just one step ahead of you. Just knowing how they got there. It's not finding a shortcut, but it's about you learning from their experience without you going through that experience.
perfectly.
So don't think about mentorship as something so huge you have to go in for the best of the best in the industry. If you get access to them, perfect. But if you don't get access to them, just go for the next person in front of you, pair up with them, and then
YouTube.
oh yeah. For me,
YouTube.
for me, I'll be very honest. When I started photography, I'm self-taught. I did everything
Same here.
YouTube and books. I actually read photography books. Maybe that's not your style. I think YouTube is
YouTube.
a faster way of doing things, but be selective on the kind of materials you get into your head. Because when you create a certain skill, unscaling yourself is so difficult. Like right now, one of the issues that I think he might face is unskilling himself when it comes to the way he retouches. It's going to be a big hurdle for him to get away from that.
Mm.
So I would say find specific mentors for specific parts of the skills that you want to upgrade. If you think you want to master your retouching, go look for someone who is good at that and let them push you to the next level. Or go on YouTube, find how to retouch commercially and get those materials, practice them. It's all about practice, practice, practice. I've not shot in how many years, Ghananie? I think 3 years or so, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've not posted any materials, but guess what? I retouch every day, every single day.
So that
I
we don't
always
forget
take
what
45
you
minutes
know.
in my day to retouch one image. It could sometimes there are images that I've retouched like 6 times in the past 3 years, but there's always improvement when it comes to
That's
that.
true.
Because it's a skill. If you don't practice, you lose it. And if you don't learn it, you never have it.
Yep, professional. Hey, he said YouTube my bit. Yes, sir. Trying to tell
Yeah.
you. Trying to tell you.
Learn the YouTube. Trust me. It's difficult because sometimes we feel like we don't have materials that suit the environment we are in. It's not true. The guys creating content now in Ghana, Ghanaian, Flowshop, the rest, they all learned from people who retouch white skin.
Yes. And you know, this was my inspiration to even start a YouTube channel, because I keep saying when I started, it was mainly YouTube. And with this particular thing, how to do frequency separation the right way, it took me over 3 years. Then I found Reliance on Plan. And that one video, the amazing power of frequency separation, that was the video that changed my life in terms of retouching. Okay. And once I got that, then I was like, okay, there are different people and different ways they learn. Same way, there are different people and different ways they teach. You may think, what is it there for me to teach that someone hasn't already taught? But the way you are going to teach it, somebody will understand it better than the way another person will teach it. That was why I started this whole YouTube. And then I realized also that some people leave out certain key steps. So you watch the video 10 times, you still can't do what they do. That was when I said, okay, instead of putting just videos out, you start doing live retouching so that people can join and even submit their pictures. So we work on their pictures. So it won't be like, oh, this person did some things with the pictures before bringing them here. So the pictures look nice, but when I do them on my own, I don't get a signature. So I'm like, send me your raw picture live right there. I give you my email, you send to me, I open them right there, something like this. I open them right there, we work on them together, and then everybody knows that okay, this is the raw image, this is what I did to it and all that, and we move on. You see, so that's how come now I would want us to do some of these things like live. It's not like it's in a video that just go like this. They are asking questions and we are answering them directly, so they feel the connection is there. You get, it's like a one-on-one input. So yes, YouTube is very, very, very important, especially if you can't afford to go sit in a classroom, if you can't afford to go pay NAFTI or GIJ, to where they will not even teach you up to 10% of what YouTube is teaching you. If you want to go spend money, they're cool. But if you don't have the money, like me, I hate sitting in a classroom because I feel it's a waste of time for someone.
All thing they doing is teaching the same thing as you.
Yes.
So
You
that's
go to
wasting
YouTube,
money.
you go straight to the point. You learn what you want to learn, you move. I don't want to sit down for 6 months for someone to be teaching me things I don't need to know. You see? So
Old
YouTube
syllabus.
is very, very helpful. Make YouTube your friend. Then aside that, you get yourself a mentor. That mentor is going to open your eyes to a lot of things. A lot of things. Okay?
Michael, you have anything else? This is good right here.
People feel all about the editing. I noticed people fail to learn their gear. Yes, and that's one trend here. And I know Catalyst agrees. Most beginner photographers, the first thing they want to learn is retouching. They don't want to learn lighting. They don't want to learn how to use their camera. They don't want to learn how to relate with other photographers, other creatives. They don't want to learn how to relate with their clients, how to even talk to their clients, how to dress when going to meet a client or going to meet a prospective client for the first time. No, they don't want. They just want to learn how to retouch. Meanwhile, photography starts with you taking your camera, then clicking. What you create will determine if you're a good photographer or not. Retouching doesn't make you a good photographer. Retouching makes you a retoucher and not a photographer. A photographer has to do with camera work, you being able to create a picture without retouching and people loving it. That's what makes you a good photographer, not how good at retouching. There are two different things. There's a retoucher and there's a photographer. Just that over here, one person does both, and they don't see where the line is between a retoucher and a photographer. So they shoot the picture anyhow with the aim that I'm going to retouch it, I'm going to edit it to make it better.
Well, Michael, you know the funny part, like here in the US, for instance, most of the photographers that I've met, they never retouch. They don't.
Exactly.
They shoot and then send it out.
Some.
So, well, most. I would say most.
I would
The
say
ones,
some.
the ones that are paid, the ones that are paid huge, like 30K, 50K, they never retouch.
Yes, because I used to watch this guy. I know Clay Cook. That guy is one of the big time photographers, and his pictures, he does mostly commercial gigs. He doesn't retouch his images. He has a retoucher. He has somebody he pays to do the retouching for him. All he does is color correction and then color grading. So his retoucher retouches everything for him, and that depends on if the client is paying for retouching.
Yeah, I mean,
You get it?
if a client is paying me $10,000 or $20,000, I don't have to waste 7 hours retouching 10 images for the clients when I can just pay someone maybe $30 per image and
Exactly.
just pay $300 or $500 for those 10 images and save time for the next client. I don't have to do that. If the client is paying me, say, $300 for a shoot, maybe 2 pictures, I would definitely retouch. So there's no harm in learning how to retouch because you need to know how to retouch in order to know the quality of retouch you are receiving.
Yeah, that's true. Sheun, welcome. Sheun, if you have enough time and you want to join, since you are in UK, so that you can give us the UK side of things.
You are just looking for trouble. That's what you're looking for.
So,
Michael.
if you have time, I hope you are not on the train going to work. If you have time, you can just join so that you share your views from the UK side.
So
Professor
professor,
Ghana, are
yeah.
you in Ghana or Nigeria?
So professor said, I know retouch is the big thing. Where y'all at? Why?
Yes.
Okay, so y'all got to Do y'all have when you shoot your models? I know you shoot a lot of stuff outside.
Yeah.
So do you have to retouch they skin more or less?
More. Over here, your you being a photographer is judged based on your retouching.
Mm-hmm.
They look at your retouching more
Okay.
than you being a photographer. So
So,
you can shoot
So I
somebody, and if you don't smoothen their skin, they tell you you're not a good photographer.
Michael, let me be
so
honest.
they want
Yeah.
more like over what you call it?
Here's the thing.
The
Here's the
overall.
thing. All they want is smooth skin, pretty much frequency separation preset or action.
Right.
smoothing the skin, no pores, nothing like that. And
But
then
my
some
thing is
dogs are very.
that's overdoing.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's crap. I'll say, it. Michael, if you say, I'll say it. It's crap. That is the reason why most of them are unable to get international gigs because the retouching sucks. So it makes your work crap.
But I thought the models that you shoot is more they skin more perfect. You don't have to redo
No,
a
it's
lot.
not. No.
No,
Okay.
most of the models here don't. I mean, well, do we even have models? Most of them
Semi models.
just don't know how to. There's no skincare routine, and
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
something. It's something I'll handle later.
Okay.
We'll bring some of the top-notch models to come and tell us something about their world. We as retouchers and photographers, there are certain things we see about their skin that sometimes you ask, but because I know out there, if a skincare brand wants models for a campaign and they want to portray that this product makes your skin very smooth, they will look for models with a smooth skin so that the retouching is minimal. So people don't even get to see that the image was retouched.
So
So
the oil, so I know you put oil, so the oil don't work.
which one? The
The,
oil?
yeah, it don't work.
No, you see,
Or
so the oil just gives a nice tone. I use shea butter because
right, right.
when the light falls on it, it gives you that glow.
I use
Aside that, and then that's like it conditions your skin for me to be able to
right,
see where the blemishes are too. But then the
right.
models themselves don't have skincare routines. You get it? So let's say you have a shoot tomorrow at 7 a.m. You're supposed to get enough sleep the night before so that
Right.
your face, gets some kind of conditioning. But they end up watching Snap and all that, and they sleep around 1 a.m. Come with red eyes and expect you to edit the eyes. They come with bags under their eyes and they expect you to edit them.
So y'all job harder than mine over here.
Oh,
Good job. Good,
200%.
good job.
200%.
Good job. I
And you
use
you get paid less for that.
I use
Yes, you get paid
coconut
less
oil.
also.
I use coconut oil.
Oh, okay. I use shea butter, original
Okay.
shea butter.
Okay. Coconut oil good too now.
I use nothing.
Sometimes I mix coconut oil with shea butter.
Okay, okay. Well, yeah, I
Yes.
got the hardest job over there. It is
I
they
have it in
skin.
a bowl in my studio. So when you come, I give it to you. Either you or your makeup artist will
No, but
will rub it for
it's
you.
really
So
serious.
they
Like
want that skin perfect, perfect.
it's serious. The amount of work that photographers put in Ghana, because I can't really say much for Nigeria. I still believe Nigerians are still being paid better than Ghanaian photographers. So
That in Nigeria they understand, but then I'm in a
yeah,
group, and mostly the group in which I am, it's mostly like beginners, and from the complaints that they bring out, it makes you feel Ghana is better, because over there it's like there's no structure. You send a client your rate card, they look at it and they say, "Don't worry, I'll settle you. Come." You get there, you do the work. They tell you, "I'm picking this package." You finish the work and they tell you the money you're asking for is too much. I can't give you that. This is how much I'll give you.
that's a problem with the business side of it. That
And I
that's the
hear,
problem with the
I
business
hear
side.
it's like that in Nigeria, and you can't say anything because that's what your client is saying.
It's
And I'm
not
like,
true.
is that
It's
how they
not
treat?
true.
Is that how they treat the big guys also? Then most of them start talking about we need to survive and not. And I'm like, so you are causing this thing yourself. Because if
Look,
you're doing it as a business, you have your card. You tell the client, okay, there's a contract that says this is my charge. If you take my services, then you pay accordingly. Now we don't finish and you tell me, yo, I like the pictures, but your price is too much. This is how much I can pay. You give it to me and I take it and leave just because I want to survive. If you continue like that, they will all be doing that same thing to you and the people around you.
look, when I started photography, I wasn't a big shot. But then
Mhm.
there is no way I was going to take a camera and shoot someone without having any form of deposit.
and then they will decide how much they want to give you at the end.
No, I shoot. I take my deposit 2 weeks before the shoot. You pay the day of the shoot. When you get there, you give me my money, and then we start shooting. I take everything. If it's a huge production, then that's fine. You sign a contract, you pay your deposit. I send you your invoice.
Yeah,
Once you pay it off, we clear it off. That's it.
that's
But if
mostly for corporate gigs.
yeah, but even if you don't start small, you'll never
Yeah,
learn how to make it big. You can't say, okay, I'll wait till I get that $50,000 gig before I know how to send an invoice first, or before I know how to charge for equipment rental. You don't have to charge equipment rental for $300 stuff, but you have to break it down. I keep telling people, look, I'd rather break it down and tell the person that I am giving this to you at 100% discount. So that they know in the near future, if the discount is no longer there, there was a
they'll pay the
price.
full thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm giving you a discount of 50% for the shoot, 50% for the retouching. That makes up the $300. If that discount changes to 30%, then you know my price is going up. If there's no more discount, then you know you are paying the 100% price. Those are some of the little things. But out there, you go like, oh, how much will you give me? Oh, I'll give you $100. Oh, it's small, make it 120. Okay, I'll give you after the shoot. Then you shoot, you give the person 2 images. Maybe that's all they needed. You agreed on 5, but they needed 2. After the shoot, you gave them 2. You're like, okay, cool.
They are
I'm
good.
not paying.
They
I'm
don't
not
need the
paying
rest.
anything. And they'll
All right.
keep telling you, yeah. So it's like it's those little things. If you don't really, and those are the people that clients actually respect. The people that are serious about their business. Those
It's
times
true.
when I say 1 hour shoot or 2 hour shoot, you come to my studio, and then you are now coming to do a full blown half day makeup. Come on, you are paying half day shoot.
That's it. Simple as that. You pay for my time.
That's it. There's no way you come on YouTube and you say, because you are looking for a certain tutorial video, they shouldn't charge you data consumption until you find that video. No.
You pay until you find it.
As soon as you go on the internet, you start paying for
Yeah.
data. You start paying. Whether you go on Google search and you're searching for something, the fact that you've not found it doesn't mean you've not consumed internet data. You pay for it. So the fact that someone has not gotten their images because you said 2 weeks after the shoot doesn't mean they don't have to pay you for the shoot. That's why it's important to break it down. Even if it's $50, say $50 for shoot, $50 for retouch. Let them be able to pay you that $50 so you can shoot. And then they can choose to hold on to the $50 for retouch if they are trying to be petty.
Yeah.
Until they receive the end, but at least you got something. This whole thing of, oh, I charge $100 for a shoot, and then they'll hold on to your $100 till you deliver. It's past.
That's something.
That's pre-pandemic. Post-pandemic things are no longer like that.
$50 is not a lot over here. $50 is a lot more over that way. Over y'all, where y'all at?
Yeah,
All right,
that's the thing. Like they work so hard and get paid so little with little respect in addition. Like, come on.
All right, Dimage. This part, it's a segment that I'll bring on this whole live thing, the critique of
what?
works. So people,
I won't be here.
Oh, you'll be there. We'll all be there. We'll have like a panel of, let's say, 5 or 4 people, and then you submit your own work. We won't go and pick your work. Then you feel somewhere. You yourself will submit what you know you will be okay with us critiquing. So in this case, I could just give you an email. You email me the picture, then we put it there. Nobody knows it's you. So we just put the image there, and then everybody will tell what they like about it, what they think can be done better, and all that. Then whoever it is that sent the image picks from it.
And don't
So
get mad.
image. This is something we'll be
I like
doing.
to know who sent the image.
No, disclose the person unless, of course, they put their logo on the image, and that's their own palaver.
But Michael, you know me. I don't critique technique. I critique the business side of it.
Yes.
If
So
the people
no,
are making millions of dollars with that technique, then cool for them.
yeah, but in this case, this person wants to know that, okay, in maybe the way I shot it, my lighting, my composition, my framing, is it okay? Those kind of this that we are not just going to look at, oh, this image is beautiful. The person in this image is beautiful. No, we'll look at it from a photographic eye. Okay, it could be a raw image, it could be a retouched image, it could be maybe a light setup that you want us to critique and then let you know that, okay, perhaps if you had used 2 lights instead of 3 lights, you would have gotten a better result, or your angling of light and all that. So we are going to have, you see, we just started with this whole thing. So it will take us one light.
One light, that's all they need.
It will take us some time to
It'll
structure
take us
it. So
12
that
years.
if you are spending 2 hours here, we know that, okay, the first 30 minutes is to answer this a question on this. Then another 30 minutes is for this, so that we can structure it well, so everybody gets served. Yes, Kobe, the logo matter. That's also another discussion. Branding of your images, whether you should put your brand on the image or not. I've had clients who thought I didn't like the pictures just because I didn't put my logo on the pictures. I've had clients also who say, I paid for the pictures, so I don't want your logo. Why did you put your logo on the pictures? So that's also.
Okay, so let me answer that one. Okay. So in the United States, at the public library, you press the shutter button, it's your picture. The clients don't own the picture. They pay for your service. They don't own your pictures. When you press that shutter button, it's yours. It's up to you if you want to put your watermark on it or not. But me, I put my watermark on everything because it's my pictures and I pay for it. And I press that shutter button. Once you press that shutter button, that's it.
You know the saddest part of it. So, like you said, in the United States, like the copyright is for the author, right? In Ghana, if someone commissions you for a work, the work is theirs. Yeah,
Wow.
the economic
But,
right
if
is
there
for
is
them.
no contract by default, once the person commissions you, unless there is a contract that states otherwise.
You might well get the money back to you. You might
All right,
well.
guys, I'll be right back. Give me. I need to pick up a lens from someone, so I'll be back in 2 minutes. So I wish I could even do it. Okay, hold on. I know what.
Okay. So how different it is in the United States? Because I know United States, the copyright thing is said when you press the shutter button, you own that's your pictures.
Yeah,
The client only pay for your service and time,
yeah.
service and time. So is it
So
is
it's
way different?
yeah. In US, it's 100% yours,
Okay,
regardless of
right,
payment or
right.
not. But in Ghana, if you're commissioned for the work, you only have access to the image, but you don't have economic rights to the image, so you can't
Oh,
sell that work.
wow.
Yeah, but in the United States, when someone pays you, they are paying you for the right to use that work.
Mm-hmm.
So unless they agree to pay exclusive rights to the work, you can always resell the work.
Mm-hmm.
But in Ghana, it's different.
Wow.
So yeah, in US, like when you shoot someone's wedding, you can't even resell it to calendars for publication and stuff in the US.
Wow.
Yeah, but in
So
Ghana, you can't do that.
so y'all got contracts. So models
Yeah,
contracts. So yeah.
the thing is, most people in Ghana don't know about this. So because they watch everything on YouTube, and then someone on YouTube says, if you shoot a work, it's yours 100%. They
Right.
take the same thing and apply it to Ghana and go like, oh, I mean, the image is mine because I took it with my camera. Like, no, copyright laws are different in every country.
Mm-hmm.
So you can learn some things from YouTube, but you have to go check in the book. Make sure it's valid on your side of the world. Right?
Right. So that means y'all got to write up contracts for
Every
models too.
time, like
Every
every
time.
time, you have to write contract for everything, even if you are shooting someone's puppy. Like, let
Wow.
them sign something. And contract is nothing. People see contract as a big deal. Even WhatsApp is a contract. Just tell the person, hey, um, this shoot, all the images are still going to be mine. You have the right to use them. And when they say, okay, that's a contract.
So I see what he's saying. I see what Ghana's saying. He's saying so you might well when you take your pictures and models, you might well don't put them on the put your logo on it because it's not yours.
No, so if you take a
But
picture
if
of
you
a
got your
model,
contract, if you
but
got
the
your
model,
contract,
if the model has not paid you, it's yours.
okay, I got you.
So
But
the
if the
difference
model
comes
paid
if
you,
you are
yeah,
paid.
it's the payment, just the payment.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like it basically
And you
the
know
same as the
the
United States,
tricky
but
thing,
it's
the
different.
tricky thing is some clients, when you don't put your logo on the picture, they conclude that because the picture is not nice or because you didn't edit it the way you're supposed to, that's why you don't want to be associated. That's why you didn't put your logo on.
Yeah, but
Others too,
why
when you
should you
don't
care
put your
about it?
logo on, when you don't put your logo on, then they be like, okay. And then when you put your logo on, they're like, it's my picture. So why are you advertising on my picture? So I don't want your logo on my picture. So you see, it's
It's
some, and
totally
then
different.
from
Like
the
yeah.
photographer's point also, some are like, okay, people know my work, so why should I put my logo on? Some are also like, well, without my logo, how would I get people recognizing that this is my work, especially when the picture goes viral and
I
your
think for
logo is
me,
not.
yeah, the rule was simple. My rule was that I always tell my clients that the reason why I put my logo on the images I post is because I'm putting it on social media.
Mhm.
So if they want to put it on social media, they can decide either to have my logo on it or to tag me on it.
Mhm.
But normally I tell them you don't need to have two sets of images from me. I can just give you the one without the logo. Just tag me in it or not. Depends on you. But then,
Mhm.
because but mainly it's because I trust my images enough that I know someone is going to ask that person who shot that image.
Mhm.
And to me, that's a 70% chance of that person getting me for a gig.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't go all the way to ask someone about an image if I wasn't interested in it. But then if they just tag me, the person just clicks and goes to my image and check. That's it. They
Mhm.
might not have much interest in it. So to me, that's the only reason why I don't bombard all images with my logo. And I'll be honest, yeah, what
So
Ghanania said, yeah, I went through the same thing. I
yeah.
had clients who were upset because I didn't put my logo on it. So they thought, oh, is it because it's not good? And I had to explain it to them.
All right. My logo go on the bottom on the right.
Yeah.
So it won't mess up the picture in the middle or top or stuff.
Mhm.
It go to the bottom on the right or the left. But over here, what I'm doing, so for my business, so if I'm doing a brand shoot, like the pictures, my watermark, my logo going on everything. Now,
Yeah.
if you want to post it on your, if you want the pictures to be for your website and stuff, you got to pay
You
for
buy
them.
it.
You
Yeah.
get you got to pay. I give you like two, I give you like 2 or 4 pictures without the watermark, but you got to buy it. It's not your
Mm.
pictures over here.
That's
So
what people here don't understand. They're like, I paid you for the picture. Why are you asking me to pay a license? I can use it for anything I want. I'm like, no, you can't use it for anything you want.
Now, if
You
you
paid
use,
for me. So
yeah,
now you tell me, let's say you pay for me to take a picture for your birthday. And then because that picture comes out nice, now you want to give it to a brand to use it on their billboard for their commercial
oh,
gains. You
you got to
have
pay
to
for
pay
that.
licensing fee.
But then Ghanaian, you know, here's where the loophole is that people have not learned in Ghana.
Mm,
When you get a payment for images, it's different from getting a payment for photography service.
mm,
So there's difference between photography service and photography product.
Mm-hmm.
What most people do is the mistake that their contract ends up looking like the person is paying them for photography product. You have to schedule your contract in a way that they are paying you just for your service, your
the
time.
service. Yeah.
Then afterwards, you can now provide them with licensing contract that gives them a duration of usage. In that case, you have a loophole that looks similar to that of US,
Mm,
where the images are still yours because the person only paid you for service, not product. And then you are giving them the right to use, and the image still stays as yours. So there has to be like a redraft of the whole contract
mm.
to make that loophole visible to you. If you are shooting like a wedding, people definitely are paying for product because you don't really care about wedding pictures after
Yeah, you're giving them the
deliver them.
pictures for
But
that.
let's say you
They
go
just
to,
wear it.
let's say you're going for a concert, you're going to shoot a concert, let them pay for your service, and then let them have a separate licensing contract for the images that they are going to use and state a duration. Three
Imagine
months,
after the
6 months,
concert, they
one
use
year.
your image on a billboard for the next concert.
They can't use it on a billboard. That's where the license comes in because maybe
Mm,
they are paying you just for social media. You outline it and give room for add-ons so that you can say we can add on to this license for these other services based on written agreement. Now that's another loophole. So far as you put based on written agreement, they can never go anywhere to say, hey, we spoke about this and you agreed that we are going to use it for a billboard. We're like, okay, where's the written agreement? So all these are very little things that we overlook because we are thinking about our stomach. But you have to think of your stomach in a long term, not a short term.
It's totally different from where y'all country than the United States.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
in
yes,
US,
So y'all got to work 10 times harder than we do. Put it that way.
yes, Professor. This is the thing. You know, in Ghana, as I said in the beginning,
he said this will be
we are now growing. People are now seeing photography. So for most of them, they believe that I've paid you. Some don't even understand why after a shoot you give them a set number of pictures. They believe you took pictures of me, so give me all the pictures. And
Ghanaian.
the thing I tell them is when you go to a restaurant, you pay for a plate of food. After eating that, if you want more, you pay for more. You don't tell them I bought the kitchen. So once I'm done with the plate, whatever is left in the bowl you used to cook the food, bring it to because I paid for the food. No, the same way, if you're buying, let's say, 5 kg of chicken, and you can only consume 2 kg, they don't reduce the price. For as long as you chose 5 kg, you pay for 5 kg. Even if you consume just 2 grams, you're still paying for 5 kg. So if my package says 3 pictures and you want just one, and I don't have a package for one, you will take the lowest, which is 3. Pay for it. If you still want one picture, I give you one. The remaining 2, no problem. You get it,
Gandhi,
but they don't
you know,
understand it that way.
you know where my problem is with Professor saying this no be Yankee. It's not true. I use this same strategy in Ghana, and I still had clients who were going by that. When I was shooting these decor guys,
Mhm.
these were top-notch decor guys, and they were going by that because I told them, hey, you can use it here, you can use it here, but you can't use it in a magazine. If you have to use it in a magazine, we have to have a written contract on that side. So
Simple as
it's
that.
not about it being Ghana or it being US. It's about you and how you want to operate your business. There are people in Ghana. If you've ever been in contact with Steve Morris, he writes that kind of contract. And yet he still has the highest paying clients coming to him for service because they understand the value.
Yeah.
This is a photographer that values himself. If you don't value yourself, you take crap and you have crappy people.
Yeah, that's if you want
It's
to
like
satisfy everybody.
selling tacos in a food truck. Everyone comes to you, but they still pay peanuts for it. Selling tacos at rooftop on a rooftop bar is different. Not everyone can get there. So they come in, they understand it's a privilege to get to that rooftop. They'll pay a premium.
Mhm.
If you keep selling on the streets, food truck photography, you'll get food truck money
Yeah,
because it's
so Professor,
street food.
what Catalyst is saying now explains is about how many casual citizens will take photo. So now it's up to you to structure your business. You should now determine which class of people do you want to serve. Do you want to serve people who don't know your value? Do you want to serve people who come and they want you to give them all the pictures without understanding what you go through? People who don't understand why you don't give them raw pictures. They're like, I paid for the shoot, so give me all the, even if you don't edit them, just send them to me. They don't understand what it means that when you pay for this, you get this. If you want extra, you pay.
Say it. I know what you're about to say. Say it.
My thing is my client got to choose between 12 pictures. After that, that's it. If they want more, it's extra. But only they got to pick 12 pictures. Right then and there. After the session, they got to pick 12. I might give them more because they, trying to give people their money worth.
Exactly.
So
So
my thing is, I let people pick they. After I do a session, they pick out their pictures, and if they want more, they gotta pay. After the 12, they want more. After 12, they gotta pay
it's
more.
it's simple. I mean,
Look,
you want more, you pay more. I mean, you can't tell me
there is
you have the money to buy let's say a hunchback car, but you want me to give you a Mercedes. No, if your money can't buy Mercedes, you don't go for Mercedes. You buy what your money can afford. And now you, the photographer, you have to decide, okay, I want this class of clients. This is my minimum. My minimum is 300 cities. If anybody is asking for discount, I know this person is trouble. So you don't. Not everybody is your client. There are some clients you have to refuse them. You tell them, this is my final price. I'm sorry if you are not able to take it, you can try the next person. You
look.
move. But you see,
Yeah,
most of us want to pick every client. And
Right,
that's where the problem is.
right.
there is something called the inverse law of photography business. The clients that pay the crappy prices give the most problems.
You know,
It's
crappy
proven.
stuff.
It's proven.
So
Go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, so I will always tell people work towards getting into the right market niche. If you keep selling on the street, you open yourself up to the danger of being how do you call it, uh, being robbed in the alleyway. That's the difference. If you keep serving people who like cheap stuff, they always want more.
You're gonna get cheap stuff.
Yeah, they want more for the small value, and they always bring you problems because they don't want to pay. It's like a cheap person going to a restaurant. When they see the food, they just eat a little, that will get them satisfied, but they know they can't afford $120. So what do they say? Oh, it's too salty. I can't eat this food. This is terrible. I'm not paying for this. And they'll walk away. It's the same narrative with photography. If they can't afford your price, they'll come in and say, oh, your images are so terrible. I can't pay for this amount. I'm never paying for this. I won't pay. It's because they don't want to pay. That's the difference. But then they are ruining your brand in the process.
Mhm.
So if you don't care those kind of people, because you are thinking about your day-to-day stomach, you are in trouble.
Most
I
people here just don't want to survive. They just want to survive. But for how long can you survive?
there is
So
this, yeah.
professor said different rules in different parts of the world. but I would say 50%. Now, if you're doing photography for business, you make your own rules. That's me. You make your own rule for your photography business. But I will go back and look at the copyrights and stuff for your country or your wherever you at.
I
That's
think
why
business is different from copyright. It's different because there are still people out there in Ghana making a lot of money day
That's
in, day
true.
out, and they are still facing the same copyright, but they don't have the same market. It's the market, and
right.
it boils down right from beginning what we said about mentorship and stuff like that. If you don't create a solid brand, you become a generalist, and everybody attacks you. You become like sugar. Every insect attacks you. You are supposed to be a branded sugar, not just any kind of sugar.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So if you are not working towards expanding a business and you're working towards just feeding your stomach, then you're just a backyard gardener, like growing tomatoes and pepper just to feed your family.
Mhm.
That's your only focus, just to feed yourself. But then if you really want to have a farm as a business, you'll be thinking of how can I expand from 1 acre to 2 acres or to 3 acres, and that way, that is how business is
Right.
Yeah,
growth.
and most clients, okay, the truth is maybe the first time they hear you say, "Oh, these are my rules," they might be like, "Oh, but every other photographer I shoot with, they give me all the pictures. Why is it that you alone you don't?" When you explain it to them, they now appreciate you. They understand your work more, and from there, that time, the clients that they will recommend to you are going to be dealing with you on the standard that you have set. But if this client comes and says, I know your lease package is 500, but I will give you 200 and you accept it, they tell their people that they are recommending, oh, this guy, he will tell you it's 500, but just tell him you can give him 200, he will take it. And that's how you spoil your brand. And every other person they recommend, they will
That's,
tell them this is the loophole. But
that's
if
why I
you are
got
able to
rules.
see, I had a shoot with a couple of university students. Two of them, we were supposed to shoot at a cafe for their birthday. So we chose the time, and it was somebody who recommended me. So we chose. They said 4 p.m. By 3:30, I was there, and they told me they were coming. They were coming up to 6 p.m. They weren't there. Then they said, "Oh, you know what? Can we reschedule to the next day?" I told them, "Yo, your time. You are even supposed to pay penalty." But at that time, I had already taken my booking, so it got to a point where people were wasting my time. So I said, "No, now
That's why I got a late fee.
I won't take money on the job. You pay me full before I move." So once they had already paid me full and they didn't show up, wasting 3 hours of mine there, and now they want to reschedule to the next. I told them it wasn't possible. And they were like, okay, so can they get refund? I was like, no,
Nope.
there is no refund. And
Not
two
the
of them,
not
so they had to
deposit.
book again.
Right.
They booked again for me to shoot them. After
Right.
that, guess what? Five of their friends came to book. And by virtue of what happened to them, their friends were 30 minutes ahead of time. So just like that,
That's what
these people
right.
became evangelists and they told their friend, hey, this guy, when you book him and you are not on time, you pay extra or you don't get your money. And since
Right.
then now, when anybody they recommend books, they know that okay, this guy, this is how he is. So it's the same way if they tell you, oh, reduce it and you reduce it, they tell their friends when any price he mentions, tell him to reduce, you reduce. But when you stick to your pricing, I mean, nobody goes to a shop with price tags on the things and they ask for reduction. Nobody does that. You ask me for my rate card, I send you my rate card, and you start asking, okay, what's the discount? If there was discount, I would have put it on the card. So what you see there is what you're supposed to. And if you stand by it, they realize, okay, this guy is a man of his words. When he says he will deliver in 2 days, because he is sticking to the price he has there, that's the same way he will stick to the time he is given. And
That's
that's how you build
right.
your brand. So,
That's
Professor,
that's why I
you need
got
to
a
build a
policy.
brand. Yes, build a brand and people, your clients will follow. Okay?
Right.
Especially when it comes to time. People here like wasting time. They
Right.
will waste your time and tell you traffic.
My
Yeah.
I got a policy, so mine's is like if you 15 minutes late, you got to pay. You 45 minutes late, you still got to pay. Now, if you an hour late, that it counts. There ain't nothing else after the hour late. So that's why I got like a policy. If you read the policy on my website, it's everything. Like it tell you
Yo,
Yeah.
wait, one second. TM, if you can join, just use this
T
link
Mid, what's up,
to
T
join.
Mid? Come on, bro.
T to the M to the RDD. If you can join, just use this link to join,
Hey,
even if it's for 5 minutes.
what's his name? Michael. Mr. G. I'm gonna call you G. Did we answer a Michael question? He said, "How does the contract look like?" Did we answer that?
Yes, yes. The contract. Okay, so guy, you can just go on Google and then type photography contract. There are a lot of them. Just pick. Sometimes you need to pick like three, and then pick certain things that work for you. Two people
Yeah.
can't have like the
I
same
just about
contract.
to say
You
that.
need to go through them and then see. Some of them have like 10 points, some have 5, some have 6. Look at them and see which ones apply to what
Yeah.
you're doing, so that
I
you
think, I
maybe
mean,
just
yeah.
get 3 points.
I mean, like on the surface of it, all I'll say is like a contract is made up of probably five, I'll say, which is the parties involved, the responsibilities of each party, the liabilities of each party, and then the closing clause in terms of like arbitration, in terms of
Mhm.
if there is an issue, where do we go? You understand? So those are mainly what it is. Who are the people involved in the contract? What is your responsibility as a photographer? What is the client's responsibility? What's your liability in terms of, okay, if you don't deliver, what happens to you? If the client
Mhm.
doesn't deliver, what happens to you? Now, if there's a misunderstanding between the two of you, what happens? So most people, to safeguard themselves, go like, if there is a misunderstanding between us,
Mhm,
the person responsible for the misunderstanding will make the full payment under the contract.
mhm,
Mhm.
So if the client already paid you and then you didn't deliver on your side, you're going to make the full payment back to the client.
Yeah.
That could be the arbitration. And if that is not solved, then you can go ahead and then
But
apply the applicable laws of the state or the
yeah.
country or wherever you are in the world. So it's just these basic things. But like we were saying, all these things boil down to structuring your business. Someone cannot come and take refund if you structured it in a way that they are paying you for your service,
Yeah.
which is your service is to take pictures, not for the product. Because if they are paying you for your service, then they are paying you for the hours. So you say you booked me from 2 to 4 to take pictures for you. Did you show up between 2 to 4? I showed up as a photographer. Did you show up? No, you didn't. But you booked me from 2 to 4 for my service during that time. So that is the money you have to pay me. Now, if you book me for the product, then you have a different conversation.
Yo, T, are you on set?
TTMIDG. Back again with another video.
What's going on, man? Can
Are you
can
on
y'all
set?
hear me? Can y'all
Yeah,
hear
we
me?
can hear you.
Can you hear
Oh,
us?
okay. Yeah, I can hear y'all. I just gotta make
Good, good.
sure. What we got going on here, fellas?
It's just a general discussion, but right now where we are has to do with structuring your photography business, so that clients don't tell you, "Yo, I paid you to shoot me, so give me all the pictures, whether you edit them
Yeah.
or not, send them all to me," or you give them your price and they tell you, "Yo, I can only pay this. I still want to shoot, but I'm going to pay you this amount. Take it."
Yeah.
So team is different. It's different from where they at, where we at now. So
Yes. So as you know,
it's
we are in Africa where
different.
everything is on a different scale.
They're
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
up there. They strictly.
So Michael
Now,
is in Ghana, and then I'm in Ghana and US,
No,
and then the two of you are
Catalyst
in
is
US.
in Chicago.
I'm the bridge. I'm the bridge between the two.
so yeah, so T-Mid, they strictly, yeah, they got a lot of restrictions.
Yeah.
No.
So
Oh, a
the thing
lot of
is, over
restrictions.
here we have a lot of things happening, like so many unconventional things. Photography is like a growing thing over here. People don't really understand photography here. The basic thing is somebody books you for a shoot, and to them, they let's say they're paying you $200 for a shoot. To them, that's $200 they're paying you is for the whole day. So they tell you I'll be there at 2 o'clock, and they decide to show up 5 o'clock. And their defenses are, well, I paid you to do a shoot for me, so whatever time I'm ready, that's when you should do it.
But it's true. Is it not
No,
true?
no,
Why is it not
you
true?
you booked according to time. You said, oh, we will do the shoot at 2 o'clock, and you're booking for an hour. So
But
by
what
three
shows that they
o'clock,
booked? What shows that they booked at 2 o'clock?
it's in the contract. So there's a
Oh, there's
contract
a
that
contract.
yes,
So why are you
that
arguing
is
with them then?
no. So
There's
that's
no
where most
argument
of
if there's a
them.
contract. The
That's
issue
where
is
most
they
of them
don't
don't
have
get it.
contracts. They don't have it.
Oh, I'm talking
Most
for
of these
myself.
people
Most people don't
complaining
have.
don't have it. If you have a contract, you don't even need to
Okay,
argue.
but you see, I agree. But you know, let's say something like I know in the US, if I'm wrong, correct me. In the
You're
US,
wrong.
they are like intermediary booking services, where let's say if you want to book tea, there is let's say an app or there is a website where
So
you
what?
just go
So
there,
where's like
look at this
in book?
before you book. Because
Right.
so a couple of friends said when they went to the US, for them to even book a photograph, they don't even book the photograph directly. They go to a site where they book, and there is
Right.
late payment fee or something. So if the photographer gets there, 10 minutes you're not there, he leaves, and then you even pay penalty for standing that person up. There is something like that there, right?
Right. Right.
Over
Right.
here, we
You're
don't
right.
have anything here. Your client comes late and tells you, "Yo, it's traffic. There was so much traffic. Forgive me," and you can't get angry.
Ghananie, that's a business opportunity for you right there. It's nothing but an app. And your payment, you guys have you have mobile money and stuff. It's the same
Yeah,
form of payment here with Cash App and Venmo and all of those stuff. So it's just an app problem. Like you are expecting someone from India to create an app for you to use in Ghana. They don't even care about your industry in Ghana.
you see, so that's the thing. Now, these are people that most
So
of
do it.
them.
You'll make so much money. I can invest in it. I'll invest
It's
25%.
it's a step by step. I before
Timid,
when
how
I
much
was
how
talking
much are
to
you
Ty,
investing?
when I was talking with Ty in the beginning, he told me about PPA. So I asked him
Yeah.
some questions about PPA. You know, Catalyst. Before you left Ghana, we have this Association of Professional Photographers of Ghana. That it's like a white elephant. They ask us to pay dues, but there is no benefit. So myself and Catalyst, we took it upon ourselves to be used as the scapegoats. So we went hard on them, asking them questions. You're asking us to pay $100 a month. What do we gain from that?
Yeah, I was
You get
being a
and
hardball. I wasn't even a
nobody
member.
gave us an answer. We didn't get any answer. There is no dealership. There is no discount on equipment. There is no original equipment provider.
They
You still go
basically only
ahead.
go for photo work. That's it.
Exactly. You just go for photo walks and you're paying $100 a month.
So T-Mid, so we got PPA over here. So it's
Yeah.
kind of hard for over there. So they ain't got no camera store. They got to wait on shipping. They got that as a third party that you deliver to them.
Listen, the
So
interesting thing is I was on live with Prince Mason, and me and Prince was talking, and he was telling me like how it takes so long for you all to get
Yeah.
cameras and stuff over there. So he was telling me like, man, like you should be taking advantage of the fact that you all can get cameras so
He
quick
just said
because
the same
over
thing.
there,
Yeah.
we
Or
can't
even
get
get
it.
like
So
or even get equipment on, let's say, even credit card, or even like a payment structure, all this Klarna and Afterpay and stuff like that. Yeah,
where you
Yep.
at, Kobe?
I'm in Chicago.
Oh, you're in Chicago, but you're from Ghana.
Yeah.
You
So
from
I-
what
It
part?
doesn't relate to Ghana anymore.
What part from Ghana?
Yeah. Is it
Uh,
Accra? Accra?
everybody
Did I say
stays
that
in
right?
Accra. Look, everybody stays in Accra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then what is it like? Smaller subsections inside of Accra?
Overpopulated.
Yeah. You have like 5 million people in that.
It's the
small-
overpopulated capital city. So everything is here. And it gets flooded every year.
So T-May, I told G to get with the YouTuber named Ben
Ben Bond.
Yeah, Ben Bond. So he probably know more than for their country than we do. So
Oh yeah. Yeah.
so, but I told him try PPA again. So they might can get it. So if because he probably know more than we know for their country. So
So Kobe, what system do you shoot?
Sony.
Sony? Okay.
Yeah.
And I know Don is a Nikon. So have you tried to get is there a Nikon Ghana over there?
Never. There is no dealership here. There is no.
they all shoot Fuji.
Should I tell you how I got my Nikon D750? A friend here has a brother in the US. So he
Okay.
is our dealer here. When we need something, we tell him what we need. He tells his brother.
Hold on.
to buy it.
I need to set
Then
up
his brother-
shop. Hold on.
See, we can have that deal. We can get that business ongoing. So you be,
Hold on. What you need? I got everything you need.
you see, that's the problem. So the thing is, we can go on Amazon and get it, but
They
now
gotta wait. They gotta wait
get
2
it
weeks for
here.
that.
Yes, you have to get it into the country. You have to wait for someone. If a friend has a friend who is traveling to Ghana, then you send it to that person and then meet them at the airport for it. And you know how unreliable such things are. You see, so that's the problem we have over here. But just before that, Catalyst, D-Make is asking, about the red flag you saw on his page. So what's the way forward? Should he delete most of them and specialize? Because we spoke about specialization. So he should pick what he thinks he is strong at and then market that instead of just posting everything.
I think he should probably give me a call maybe tomorrow, so that we know what he wants. We can tell him what he should do. I can't tell him
D-Make,
everything.
I won't say he needs to start over.
I might say that depending on what he would want. If he's still okay with being a generalist, hey. But then if he wants to do baby pictures, he probably has to clear everything off because he has to.
But from his submission, he's ready to take the advice and then specialize. So I think once he gets in touch with you, then he can get more insight. So D-Make, please get in touch with Catalyst. Catalyst, how can he get in touch with where? Is he on
where? I'm so
Instagram
invisible on social media, so I'm thinking of where.
Instagram.
So maybe Instagram, or if you can type it in the comments so that he will know where to get in touch.
I mean, I followed him and sent him a message.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's good. Instagram.
He sent you a message on Instagram, so check it and then get.
I'm very invisible on social media.
Yes. So with the critiquing, we will have a segment for that. As I said, we'll have a company with 4 or 5 people. You submit your own picture, and the thing is, you should be ready to take whatever criticism people are going to give. Because if you're not ready to take criticism, you think, this person in particular hates me. That's why he's saying all these things.
Mike, we've done it before. It didn't go well. You know me.
No, this time,
I don't
this
know how
time
to apologize.
you submit your own picture, and then, but as I said, nobody will know that this picture is from this person.
No,
If you don't put your watermark.
no,
No, so I'll tell them nobody should add a watermark. If you add a
To me-
watermark, it's your own cry.
to me that's teammate and Ty, like that's a problem for me because I want to put the picture there. I want the person to come online and explain what went into their mind when they were taking the picture.
Not everybody has that heart.
No, because
Yeah, yeah.
someone might just put a picture, a documentary picture, and then I'll say, well, the skin is not retouched properly, and then I'm making an ass of myself because it's
Okay,
a
so
documentary
Kobe,
picture, and it doesn't have to be critiqued
I will take
way.
that trouble and ask the person to add a write-up.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
they try to achieve with the picture and what they want us to look at, so that we'll be guided by that. I don't want the situation where people will feel like, okay, because of it's me, that's why they are saying this. I want them to know that it's completely anonymous. We are just looking at
Yeah.
the creative part. We are looking at technicalities, not because it is this person or because it's this person. So they will write a short write-up, so we know what the image is about. So that I don't just go and take a street picture and we will be judging you thinking it's a beauty picture.
Yeah. Someone will say, even your page doesn't have good images, and you're sitting out here
Well,
criticizing
so
someone's
it's all part of the condition. If you're bringing your image for us to critique, you will accept whatever we have to say in good faith.
I'm going to delete some of my images so that
Before you start critiquing,
yeah. But
Okay,
no, for
so
criticism, it's good. It's good. If I was taking part, I would want my name to be mentioned. This is my picture. This is the intention behind it. This is my Instagram handle, so that people can see the image. People can go to my page and go like, oh, so this is how he shoots. That's why he's not really satisfied with what he wants. He wants to shoot like this other person. So how can he improve that skill? To me, that's free consulting for me. If you're critiquing my work, I want all the spice. I want all the fire. I won't be a
Natalie,
coward. I won't be
we'll
a
get
coward
to a
about
point.
my image.
See, we'll get to a point where
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
let's say we are discussing social media strategy. Somebody will say, okay, this is my Instagram account. Let's review it live. So with that one, we access it there. Then we tell them maybe your colors are not working. Maybe the info you have on your bio is not. It doesn't make sense. People go there and they still don't know how to contact you. So with that, we'll have people like, and then also if somebody there says, yo, I want my face up here, I want you guys to talk to me directly, we will do that.
Right.
But the general thing is that you can submit your image without your identity.
Yeah.
And
I'm just motivating people to show their face.
yes, if you want to, I mean, it's nicer when you know that, okay, this is the person who created this image. And once you're talking to the person, you meet the person, somebody like, oh, I remember you. We had this interaction somewhere.
Yeah.
Now I can see improvements. That's good. But there are some people, they are too soft. They can't take, the I wanted to name that segment the oven because it's going to be very hot. You get it? But so that people don't just feel like we are there to just make them feel hot. I want it to be more of like a learning thing so that people will come out. People will be willing to bring out their image. I know T does something like that on Instagram.
Yeah, and you know what? It's interesting because the reason why. So I basically on my Instagram, every month, I basically will give people two options. They can either go live with me and share their image and tell me what they were trying to capture, give us the lighting setup, and basically inspire other people that's watching, and motivate them to create more images. So I do that monthly. So you could either go live with me, and then the second option that I added was they can send me an email with the picture and give me a breakdown of the setup and what they were trying to capture, and then I'll present it for them. Because what I found out was when I went live, it was a lot of people that wasn't comfortable going live, and probably the first time it took probably one time for a few people to come on and kind of break the ice, and then after that everybody else kind of followed. And so the reason why I did that was because I don't really go live as much on Instagram. And so from my YouTube community that I have, I wanted to be able to engage with them more. So what I did was I took it to Instagram because it's easier for them to go live with me on Instagram and, you know, have that interaction and put a name to the face when I see somebody commenting on a new video that I made or something like that.
Okay, okay. So Dimik is asking a question. Must every shoot or picture have a concept or storyline?
Every picture has to have a purpose. So the purpose can be a concept, a storyline, a payment, a compensated gig. It could be anything. It's just that it doesn't have to be nothing.
Okay. So when I teach people about photography, the first thing I say is before you even pick up a camera to point it at something, there is a story you want to tell. There is a reason. There is a purpose. You don't just pick the camera and like, oh, what am I even going to shoot? Before you pick it up, for you to even look through the viewfinder and click, there is something. There is a message you want to convey. Okay, so that's what I have to say. T or Tai, what do you have to say about that?
The same thing he said, like Kobe said, same thing.
Okay.
Everything should have a storyline to it.
Okay, so they make that's it. Before you even click, there should be something you want to say. That like instead of you talking about it, the picture is saying it for you. So there should always be a storyline.
It's a picture says 1,000 words. If your picture is mute, then delete it.
Then it's not saying anything at all.
Yeah. I mean, to me, right? I think
I know you guys out there. It's now daytime for you guys, but over here it's midnight for us.
It's not daytime.
It's 7:27 where I'm at.
It's 11:27 here, and you guys, I'm sure it's now like 5 something over there for you guys.
Look, I got sunlight coming in my window.
It's very dark over, and you guys have like sunlight to like 8 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
Over here by 8, right, the sun is gone.
Yeah. Mine stays on till like 8:30.
Wow.
Can't beat that.
Lucky me. And then by 5 a.m. the sun is in your face.
Yeah, that happens here. By 5:36, it's fully out here. But then by 5, the same thing. From 4:30, it starts setting.
But it stay hot over there every day.
It's summer throughout the year over here.
Yeah.
Even when it rains, it's hot.
Yeah, I don't miss it at all.
You see?
I mean, it's summer here in Chicago, but
see, that thing I said, it's true. As catalysts, I mean, our beaches here are just filthy. That particular one, I was so shocked the water was still teal. I was so shocked. I didn't believe it. And, you know, it was so clean. There was no dirt over there. I was like, wow. Because that same beach, catalyst, you know, next door, right? The next door beach. It used to be like, you know, I mean, human beings went there to ease themselves on the rocks over there. That's how it used to be.
Hey,
and you're on YouTube. No, but people should know what the place is like. And I went there with Kobe this time, and the place was so clean. The water was still. I was like, wow! For the first time, I saw.
No, people are changing. Water. People are actually changing in Accra. Like people actually go to the beach on a Saturday to clean up and stuff like that. So people's behaviors are changing. It's just that the politicians' behaviors are not changing. That's the difference.
Okay, so Dimik, it's different if you're shooting e-commerce. If you're shooting e-commerce, they want to sell the dress. So you take that, even with that, you're sending a message. You look at it that, okay, if I want to buy this dress, how would I want it portrayed? for me to just look at it and want to buy it. So there's a message you're sending to the one who is viewing it that this dress is for sale. So you basically show them the various angles, how it looks like from the front, from the side. And so when I'm shooting for brands, especially clothing, I ask the designer, is there any like any specific part of the dress that's your selling point? Maybe it's the embroidery, maybe it's the shaba, the cuts or the slits, maybe it's the butterfly arms. That's their selling point. So you ask them what they want to sell, the selling point of that dress, and then you take a picture accordingly. And I know, as Katali said, some are selfie poses. They just want to give you a selfie pose, you know. So it's fine if they want to give you a selfie pose. That's their storyline. They want selfie. But as a professional photographer, you know, you can take that selfie pose and then, you know, transform it into something that's an advanced selfie kind of thing.
I mean, Dimage, to be honest, this is an opportunity for you to let your clients understand your value and somehow increase your value in the process. Because if a client is coming to you for a commercial projects like this and they don't have any plan, it means they're basically coming to you for consulting plus photography service. Because you have to sit down and think about this, think about the concept that will help them sell their product. That's huge. If it was US, that's big money.
Make sure you have your contract ready too.
Yeah. So just try and have that conversation, even if maybe because you're in Ghana, you can't charge them for it, but let them understand that's a value you are adding. And it's a huge value. It's not like because they have a new outfit and they want to shoot, so they can come in and just click anything if they're actually looking at selling it. So just make these conversations go to light. It's all part of the business conversation. It has nothing to do with photography, but it makes you the money that you're looking for.
All right, so we got that. Okay, guys. Hey, hello. I'm sure she's wondering what's happening here.
Yeah, my grandbaby.
Okay. Kobe says what? But to me, I'm always concerned about how image looks, not a perfectionist, but sensitive about the photos. In so doing, I make up 3 key factors in mind shooting. So, Mr. Schultz, what are those 3 factors? As we wait for that, I think we'll be signing out. We'll be signing out any moment from now because tomorrow is Saturday. Some of us have weddings to shoot and all that. And you know, sometimes it's so unfair that when we are in a hurry to go off, you guys are now setting in.
Bringing more stuff. It's always like that. That's why we used to spend hours and hours sitting on here.
Yes, we used to spend. We sometimes we go like 2 a.m. our time here because when we are about to go off, that's when you guys start coming on, and the thing is so interesting that they say we die here.
Yeah, it used to be fun. I think, when I made my first move from SF to Chicago, then I disappeared again.
Yeah.
This is my first time appearing after a year.
It also happened. You see, okay, so this is one thing. I didn't even realize my lights went off, my LED lights, which means they can't stay on for 1 hour straight.
So you're gonna make a review about it?
Yes. So I need, but then you know they sent me new ones. They have upgraded them. This is the S3. They sent me the S5. And even that, okay, we are on YouTube now, so I can't say some of my secrets.
Yeah.
Plug it for them. It's good.
Yeah. Did you review? You reviewed those? Did you have a problem with setting? Did you get one of those or 2?
Which one? These ones?
Yeah.
Yes. So I did a review about it, but I haven't used them like long like this. So you see, there's supposed to be one teal behind me here, and then this red one. And we've been on for 3 hours.
No free marketing on this platform. Take that small rig away.
And it's gone off. before I was even able to, which means if I'm going to be live for 3 hours, my setup will have, see now, it's very uninteresting because my lights are all gone off. You see, so
they
he
have to
sent me the
upgrade.
SO5, which they say is about, I think, 50% higher than these ones.
I think I got the 200 watts, the LED one.
Oh, okay. Okay. I like these
For
because
them.
they are small and can fit just anywhere. But anyway, I'm waiting to get the SO5, so I'll see if those ones can last
Yeah.
longer than.
I got the 200 for them when they were doing the influence thing. Well,
Is it the same wheel light?
I got the LEDs, the
Oh,
spotlight,
okay.
the
Okay,
video
okay.
stuff like that. When they were doing the influence, you
Oh,
could
this is
they'll
just
send it out.
100. It's just 100 milliampere.
Oh, okay.
So
I have to find a way of turning myself into an influencer at this point.
yes, you have to, because with you
Then
it
I
will be
got small
easier.
rig.
For me, they tell me we don't ship to Africa. That's what I always get. We don't ship to Africa. That thing hurts me so much. It hurts my feelings.
Tell them you are in Chicago. I'll do the B-rolls for you.
Exactly. So as I was saying,
Secret.
that's one of the secrets. I had to get the coffee. So
Yeah.
I told them, oh, my partner is in Cleveland, so he gets them and then finds ways and means to send them to me. Can you imagine?
The
All these
struggles.
T-Mid is hard, boy. I'm glad we in the United States.
Okay, Dimage,
Man.
your last question, then we'll be done for today. So in the next 10 minutes, we should be done. So please ask your last question. So we do this every Friday. We come on, and then it's 8 p.m. GMT our time. So that's like 3 p.m. your time on Fridays.
And that's 2 p.m. my time, I guess.
Right. You're not 4 hours behind?
No. No, I'm 5 hours.
5. Okay. So when it gets to that time, then you will now be 6.
So that's 3 p.m. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we do this every Friday, 3 p.m. Then we will get because I want it to be in a way that people feel closer to us. It's not like, oh, these guys are on YouTube, they just post videos for you to go watch and that's it. I want them to have this now it's like a global village. I mean, on the normal, to be able to talk to T, you have to go to the US. But now, by virtue of this, we are all here, just discussing stuff as if we are in one roof and all that. It makes
go to grandma.
Very, very interesting. Right. So yeah.
You ever think about doing any collabs with any other YouTubers over there in Ghana?
Yes. The thing is, with like photography YouTubers, it's just a few of us.
Get with Ben Bond.
Yes, there's Ben Bond. I know. I think you've spoken with Flowshop before. Yeah. So Ben Bond.
Yeah.
Myself. Then there's Kobe. Kobe Shots is more like a videographer.
Okay.
We're doing.
Yeah. I know Kobe. I know Kobe.
Aside that, it's just a few. There are some of them. They see that, oh, okay, you're doing well. I want to start. They post 2-3 videos. Boom, they disappear.
Yeah.
Kobe is one of them.
Which Kobe? Kobe Shot, right?
You. He's very good with business. He's good.
No, I'll be honest. Look, teammate,
just pick up.
The social media is not my thing. Like it's not. I tried it. I have the materials. I could do it, but
he has the whole setup, not just the material. He has these guys used to laugh at me because back then my internet wasn't that good. So like this live, I would have gone off like 1,000 times already. They used to laugh at me. And now I'm using the Hero 9 as my webcam. So that's why the feed is so clear. Back then, like within 30 minutes, my camera goes off. It overheats. I use the A6000 and the overheating is real. It overheats within 30-45 minutes and I go off. The host is gone.
We've not teased you today. You're explaining yourself so
much. I need to let them know how far we've come. You get it?
Okay.
So now I managed to get you know, back then in my neighborhood, I didn't have fiber internet, so I was making use of they say 4G, but it wasn't real. It was, I think, 2.5G that they just gave me 4G. So I used to go off every now and then. And this guy here will be laughing at me. There's one other guy in, I think he's in London, Sheun. One Nigerian like that. He laughs at me all the time. I mean, they could turn the whole session into just trolling me because
So,
I won't even be there.
like, there was a time we spent 1 hour 15 minutes helping him to set up his lights.
Yes, just like that.
I will
And
not be used,
now,
like I don't use mine.
see, now it's so easy. I'm just using this light, this LED. It was sent to me as well. It's foldable.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
So that's the only light I'm using.
How long did it take to get there? 3 days.
It took about 4 months.
Good God Almighty! I would have cried.
Even
Wow.
that, it got to someone in the US, and now we have to find somebody coming to Ghana.
Kobe, I would have cried.
You
I
can't
couldn't
live
wait
life
that
like
long.
that. See, you can't live life like that.
No.
I mean, you know, it's, and I lost so many deals just because I'm in Ghana.
I've told you, all you have to do
Yes.
is
So
say
it was,
Ghanaian photography is a partnership
see, after
between
I lost,
Chicago and Accra.
after I lost like the eighth deal, that was when I told Kofi about it. I was like, oh, just give them my address, and then
Yeah.
so initially he was supposed to be doing the reviews and sending me the video, so he gets to keep everything. Just do the review and send me the video. Then he got lazy. But now that Catalyst, I'm sure Catalyst will do it.
So, Mr. G, I would say on your next live or any live you do, I would say, can you link up with if you could get Ben Bond?
Sure, I'll get. I had him here before, like twice. Back
Oh,
during lockdown, I had him here.
okay.
He lives not far from my place. He's at Teshi, Nama Spintex. It's about 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'll get
then
him.
ask him the question that I told you about. He probably can help you out too.
Yeah, the
Kobe
next one,
gonna laugh at you. So
I'll try and get him on the next time. Okay, so
okay.
let's get these guys. I mostly take part payment before I do a shoot, but sometimes they don't make payments on time, as discussed. And I want to know if it's right to keep reminding your clients of their part payment. For me, what I have to say is the contract solves all these. Now, I don't want, back then, it's like you need to chase your clients to make payments. But it got to a point I was like, yo, the time I'll use to chase clients to make deposit, I can use that to do maybe a social media campaign or use it to watch some videos on YouTube. So what I do is once you and we discuss about the thing, I send you my rate and you decide this is what I want. I send you my terms and conditions. And in there, it says that it is based on first come, first served. So if you haven't made the initial deposit, you haven't booked, even though we have talked about it and you said, oh, I want to shoot maybe in the next 10 days. If you haven't made the initial deposit, you haven't booked. So if somebody else comes, I'm taking the person. So just by that, yes, by you letting them know that I'm not just idling about waiting for you, they know that they have to make that booking to secure your time. And until you've made that 50% payment, I am not available for you. Anybody else can also book me. So if you're serious about me, so now once you have that rating there, you send it to them, they know that this is what you have to do. Especially for weddings, they know that other people will also book you. So if they don't make the payment, they can't secure you. So the image, that's my part. I don't know what my colleagues here have to say.
So he said, I'm with you too, same thing. But he's saying, for example, I have a shoot on the 20th, and the client is supposed to make a payment yesterday, but haven't. And what they say, and I want to know, is it right to keep asking her for payments, or will it make me look desperate? I would say if she paid for the deposit, hey, as long as you got the deposit, that's all right.
Said she didn't make the payment.
She didn't make the payment.
I mean, the payment was due yesterday. Send a reminder tomorrow and leave it there.
And then after that, make sure that you have your contract shouldn't be like 5 pages, 10 pages. It could just be
I've got it different for over here than over.
Yes, and then just make it like terms. So I
My
have
fault, Kobe.
something like terms and conditions where I have it that you need to be on time. If you're late for 30 minutes, you're paying maybe 100 cedis extra, and then until you make the 50% deposits, you haven't booked yet. So just send them that. Once you send it to them, you let them know that they need to make payments to book.
I mean, yeah.
If they don't
To
do
me,
that, don't
exactly.
pay them.
To me, I'll just say send a reminder tomorrow and tell them you have please, it is a reminder to make payments. You have the next 3 business days to make payments, or your slot will be available for
Or you
booking.
can let them know another client is making enquiry. So you want to know if they are going ahead with what you
No,
discussed, or
no.
you
You
should
don't
take.
need to know. You make that space available for booking. Simple. If you go trying to convince them to pay, you sound desperate. They'll play games with you. Let them know
They're
you're
gonna come
running a
back
business.
with
And
their excuse. They're going to
Yeah,
say,
it's
I
better.
beg,
Exactly.
oh.
It's better to be hungry than to go for a client that will give you trouble. If the client is giving you payment trouble already, you know you are in trouble. If you force them to make that initial payment for booking, then the final payment is going to be a hassle on its own.
Yeah.
But my thing is, did he get a deposit or they didn't pay nothing at all?
no, they
I,
didn't pay
I
the
think I
deposit.
think this is the first deposit.
They are
Okay,
supposed
so
to
he
pay the first deposit.
waiting on the deposit.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh
Yesterday.
well,
Like,
you go
yeah.
to the next client.
Yeah, just tell the
Well, put
person,
that
hey,
spot.
this a reminder. If not, on Tuesday, your slot is open again.
That's it.
Simple. If they
Yeah.
don't pay,
Right.
sleep. Rather sleep. Look, charge your battery, leave with your camera, sleep.
In fact, no, don't sleep. Go on YouTube and learn something new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go do something. Go to Ghanaian studio. Go sit there. Just
And then
chat about photography.
you can check on TM. He shoots some nice Latino girls. So you can just go
Look, try and get rid of clients that will give you headache.
Yes. So you see, these days, what I tell myself is, yo, if it's not worth it, I mean, I have my PlayStation there. I can play FIFA, relax. You get it? Because back in the days, I used to be like, a client makes enquiry and you're all over the place chasing them. Oh, what we discussed yesterday, how far? Are you still interested or that kind of thing? Then they keep tossing you and all that. Now, you
Right.
ask me, oh, how much do you charge for this? I send you my rate card. I don't text you again. Now, I've told you what's my rate, everything. So I made sure that everything you need to know is on the rate card. So once I send it to you, now it's up to you to choose and then come tell me, oh, I'm picking this package. Once you pick it, I send you my terms and conditions. So you know that you need to make, and then I have my payment detail on it. So you don't even need to ask
That's
me.
what I got. Yep.
Everything is on. So by the time I realize my phone beeps, beeping, mobile money is in, then I book that date for you. We move. If you don't do it, maybe I ask you, when do you intend shooting? When I realize, okay, after some days that I haven't heard from you, some people think, oh, okay, I'll get in touch, I'll get there, they don't. So you just need to remind them. I send a reminder. Then if they are straightforward, they'll be like, oh, I've gone through your prices and they seem a bit too high for me, so I can't afford. We move.
Right.
You get it. It's
Right.
not every client that's meant for you. You need to learn to let some go.
Right. Right.
And
That's the
move
same
on.
way I kind of operate.
Okay,
You
so that's
know,
what Mr. Short said. Not every client is good. Your mental health is vital.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead, T man. What you about to say?
Yeah, no, I was definitely gonna say the same thing. I kind of don't even worry about it. Once I put everything up front and don't see people act on it, I don't put too much energy in it because, like that's my time at the end of the day. So I
Yeah.
could be doing something else like making a YouTube video with some Latino girls, right?
Yeah, yeah. You
Facts.
see that thing?
Facts.
Okay, so Anthony says the same thing. If he can't get the deposit, that's a sign of a big headache to come. Because if the person values your service, they know that, hey, I mean, if you're going to buy airline tickets, you know that if I don't buy it before December, the prices go high.
Right.
You need it, so you buy it before that time. So it's the same way. If they value your time, they know that somebody else can book you, so they will just do the right thing. Once you've made it clear to them, these are your terms and conditions. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah. Michael, make sure you come back Friday so we got some more questions.
Yes, Friday. Yeah, Charlie. So, guys, those of you here, we do this every Friday, 8 p.m. GMT.
You could put that on your little thing and
Yes.
know how to
So
do
I
that.
need to make a
Okay.
flyer. I need to make a small flyer so that
You can pop up on the screen. Oh no, well, never mind. You ain't
okay,
pay for it.
let me
Do you
just
have to pay for it? I don't know.
let me
Mine
let me
paid
just,
for it, so I don't know.
no, I haven't paid for it yet. So there's still
Okay, okay.
we even got a logo for this particular live session. So I just have to
Yeah. So
pay
the
for.
the next one you said you're gonna do the photo critiques, right?
Yes, so we'll do the photo
Okay.
critique.
Okay.
We'll do that also. Then there could even be a time we'll have like a studio demonstration. So maybe one light, what you can do with one light. So somebody sets up,
One light
then
is all you need.
one light is all you need. Ben Bond.
All right, fellas. I'm gonna tap out.
All right.
I will
We are
catch you
following
all
you.
in the next one.
All right. Take care.
My
Thanks
video
for joining.
coming soon, Timmy. My video coming soon.
All right, y'all.
All right, T. Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay.
All right, guys. So
Oh, there we
yes,
go. Yeah, I knew you could do it. Yeah, I knew you could do
yeah,
it.
this is where we draw the curtains to today's event. In fact, this wasn't even
If
planned.
we're at
It
5.
wasn't. It was just like this, and this is the best way. When you don't plan it, you just come and we all agree on what to do. It's the best way. So we'll do this again next week, 8 p.m. live, Friday. So
Yeah.
okay, before we leave,
Oh,
any last.
thanks for having me on. So I
Thank
got
you
to
for
go.
jumping on. I know I never informed you. I didn't even ask you to prepare nothing. You made it. Catalyst the same thing.
Thanks
I
for
didn't even
having me.
I didn't even think Catalyst was going to be on here.
Yeah.
And
Y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take keys.
yes. So you
Subscribe to
can
me.
let me see. Okay. I was
Yeah,
thinking
subscribe
if
to
you
my
can
YouTube
just write,
channel too.
if you can write it in the comments. If you can write it in there so that people.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So guys,
the
subscribe to my YouTube channel.
you guys are big dogs. You're there, but for me,
I'll
I'm still
start
finding.
recording soon.
Okay, so let's handle this before we go. You see, Dimik, this is the perception that people have that we are saying this because we are up there,
Who is
and
up there?
we are climbing. But I
I'm a
think
hobbyist.
that's what he's saying. That's what the
What's up
perception.
there?
No, you see, the perception is you guys are the big dogs. You're there, but for me, I'm still climbing. You see, the way you climb.
I'm still climbing.
Yes, you see,
Whoa,
even me
whoa.
today, I'm still looking for clients. I'm not where I want to be yet. And you see, the way you start will determine how you will get there. You see, from the beginning, what I've been saying is, if at this point of your climbing, all the clients that come to you, they know that when you mention your price, they are able to beat it to half. They are going to recommend you to their friends, and they will tell their friends that this guy, whatever price he mentions, beat it to half. I mean, how many of you haven't been to Kantar? And your friends tell you that when you go to Kantar, whatever price they mention, cut it into 3 and mention 1/3 of it. If you are able to bargain well, you will end up paying just 40% of what they mentioned. It's the same thing. Your first client is going to recommend you to other people. So the way you treat your first client, the way you behave towards the first client is going to determine how he or she is going to refer you to the other people.
They keep lying. Yeah.
Yes,
they keep lying to you that, oh, I'll recommend you to someone if you give me a cheaper price. No.
Yes, and then that person will also go and tell the friend that, oh, I got this guy. If he says 500, just give him 200. He will accept it. He is hungry. He will take it. And then that's how they will all recommend. But you see, when there are times where some clients deserve, let's say 70% discount. You know that these people deserve that 70% discount, and you can give it to them without losing. And there are some clients that don't even deserve 10% discount, and you know it. You get it. So you as a businessman, you know you can start it this way. You show them, as Catalyst said, you show them your regular price, and you tell them, oh, because you were recommended by this person, I'll give it to you at maybe 30% discount. But please, next time, this is the original price. You get, so you have two pricing. Most people use that to their advantage, especially AliExpress. They say what discount? They will tell you 30% discount, but on a normal day, they have added 30% to the thing and subtracted it again, telling you it's a discount. You get it. So you can also use that to your advantage. Let them know that on a normal day, the shoot is 500. But because you were recommended by this, or because I want to build a good relationship with you, I'll give you a discount of 200. Meanwhile, you and I know that you would have charged 300 for it. But you see, you made them feel important by raising it to 500 and giving them a 200 cedi discount. You get it? So yes, we are all climbing, but the way you climb will determine how you will get to the top there. If you make it easy for them to always beat down the price, clients talk, clients discuss with their friends that they recommend. They will tell them, this guy, this is how he is. You won't know. You will think, oh, they've gone to tell them good things about you. This is what they told them. When they come, they also come with the mind that whatever price you mention, yes, they are going to beat it down. And those same clients go and pick up other people, and they are able to pay them their full price.
That guy is cheap.
Yes, Ty.
So he's saying trying to build a brand and clientele. My thing, I would say, where he from?
Yeah, know Ghana. He's in Ghana.
Okay, so I would say trying to build his clientele. I would just go walk around, show people his pictures on Instagram. As can you take photos, stuff like take photos of them, and show them his work. So that's what I would say I would do. Like, let's go around and walk around, ask people can they take photos of them, show them the work of his work, or like on Instagram, and maybe build your clientele like that.
In other words, he would rather shoot for free than shoot for cheap.
Yes. So build a good brand. It's always important. This was something Bob Pixel said. The first workshop we attended, the first ever APPG workshop that we attended, and I think that was the only workshop. See, so he was saying, and at that time, it was the same way Jamaica is thinking. That's how I was also thinking. I was like, you are at the top there. You can afford to say, if you're paying me less than 400 an hour, I won't take it. I thought the same thing. You get it? But then later I analyzed it and I was like, yo, are you always going to take 200 cedis for a shoot? Because once you are okay with 200, you will not want to let 200 go. So even when you are there and somebody comes with 200, you say, oh, let me just take it. At least 200 cedis can pay my light bill or something. And you end up taking 200 all the time.
Let me ask Ghanaian a question. When I was in Ghana, did you know my rate?
No.
Never. He never knew my rate.
Yeah.
But if you were to have guessed my rate, you would have guessed something probably closer to Apag and all those people.
Yeah.
I ended up outpricing myself from the market because of my brand position. So although my rate was relatively low in the middle, even probably close to Ghanaian's rate, but to them, they felt my rate was somewhere else because of the brand position.
Yes.
So now you use that to your advantage, because now you can price yourself so high and still provide the client with a discount, and it will still be higher than your original rate in your books. So it's some of these things, like, you have to really take your time into looking into the business side of it. Shooting is fun, but the business side is different. The way you dress, the way you talk, the people you work with, they all count into the business side. You can't just mess up the business side. You can't have saggy pants and be shooting headshots in the corporate world. You can't do it. And you
Yes.
can't also be in suit and tie all the time and be shooting hip hop concerts. They
No,
would
you
call
should
you.
even at the beach. You're going to the beach and
Yeah.
you're in suit and tie.
So like even the niche that you create, like the market you choose, determines a whole lot. Yeah, Ty.
Yeah. So thanks for having me on. Y'all subscribe to my
Yeah,
YouTube channel,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if I catch you up, catch y'all next time.
yeah. It's 7 o'clock. Ghananie, let's close on the dot.
Yes, we are closing now. So, guys, thank you for coming on. I really, really appreciate it. These two guys, even T, I never even planned that we were coming on. Oh, SJ Square. Unfortunately, you met us at the time that we have to sign out. We'll be back again on Friday. We do this every Friday, 8 p.m. GMT. So
Yeah.
wherever you are,
Hopefully,
just
yeah. Hopefully, we'll start creating different content for different days. Hopefully, but for
yes.
now,
So
it's just Fridays. Yeah.
yeah, we can even add 2 more days to it, but for now we just want to do something productive. So based on the need, we can add more days to
I
it.
mean,
So
Ghananie is now my boss, so very soon I'll be hosting a show on the Ghananie photography YouTube page.
that's all. Because there might be times that like this one, like this, since our time is back, we can go to bed and you guys will continue over there and all that. So yeah, that's possible. So guys, thank you very much for adding your voice, your watch time and all that to this show. Thanks for making the first one a success. We will continue again on Friday. But in the meantime, if you have any suggestion, any contribution, anything you want to add, please, you can contact me or contact Kobe and then check it. And Dimik, you can check my channel. I have a video on how to get your first few clients as a beginner. You
Also,
should
yeah,
go, yes, you should go
I have
watch
a
it.
video on business plan. You should also watch that. It's
Exactly.
really
So go
important.
check them out and then pick something from there. Yes, Professor, thank you too very much for making time to be here. Everybody here, thank you very much. And next week, try and then get the word out to other. If you belong to a WhatsApp community, when we start, you can share the link there so that people will come. That's the main purpose. We want
Yeah,
people to learn. If we are all informed, then we can make the industry one. Because I
yeah.
can't be charging 1,000 for an hour, and then somebody will also be charging 100 cedis. You see, we all need
The,
to
the
be.
exchange rate is eight Ghana city now.
Yes, you see, right now, Uber, when the price goes up, all of them they are synchronized.
Wow.
Taxi drivers in a station, when the price goes up, they are all synchronized. Photographers, why can't we also have the same thing? That we know that for a headshot, the minimum you're taking is 500. So that when somebody is coming to book you, they know that, okay, now they will book you based on your output or something, not because you are cheaper. But they know that we all deserve that amount. Now they'll book you based on your add-on services or something. So these are things we'll discuss later. For now, good night, good afternoon, good
From your
morning,
host,
wherever you find yourself. Yes,
Kobe,
from your
and your co-host, Ghananie.
thank you. At least now
Peace.
people can't laugh at me. I don't go off anymore.
All
All
right.
right,
Thank you, guys.
bye.